It's your first look at Forrest football as we get set for tonight's matchup. Coach's Corner with Coach Eli Stevenson, player interviews, our interview with the Band of Blues segment, and our Pep Talk segment coming your way here on TC Sports 1.
At Advanced Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
My name is Peyton Todd. I'm a freshman, and I've been cheering since I was 4.
All right, so you started out really early then.
Yes.
So did you get the bug immediately? You just I got to keep doing this?
No, that's the sport I've always done, and my brothers play football, so it's just convenient.
What's it been like at the high school now? How fun has this year been, or how different has it been from your other years?
It's been different. We do a lot more stunting than we've done in the past, and we're just older, and we have to run a mile now, so.
Okay. So getting close to Halloween, so let's ask a few Halloween questions. Favorite candy at Halloween?
Probably a Butterfinger.
Okay. Favorite costume you've ever worn?
One year I was a Greek goddess.
Okay, what was cool about that?
I got to wear a dress, and I got to wear it to school.
Now, not that we're going to ask for any great details, but have you ever been involved in any really good tricks on Halloween?
Yes. My brother, he dressed up as Michael Myers, and he's like 6'4", so it was pretty scary. But I got to help trick my parents into going back into the woods, so they got scared.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Off the field, things that you like to do?
I like to bake, and I like to hang out with my grandparents.
Okay, favorite thing you like to bake?
Probably chocolate chip cookies.
Okay. Let's see. One other thing we'll ask. We've had this one. I've been really it's been a cool group of answers. Favorite things or favorite kind of music you like to listen to, and maybe a favorite song right now?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, are you a Swiftie? Okay, so let's ask this. What do you think about the Travis Kelce and Swiftie thing?
I love them. I honestly think that they are perfect for each other, and hopefully they get married one day.
All right. Well, hey, I've never heard. Okay, so you're devoted to this relationship.
I am really devoted to it.
Okay. Peyton, hey, it's been really nice to get to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us on our Pep Talk segment.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Hello, I'm Draven Tanner, and I've been playing Barry sax for 6 or 7 years. I've been in the band for 5. Yeah.
And of course, big competition for y'all last week. Talk about your performance as a group in it, and really what you enjoyed about it.
Well, I was working for my parents before we performed, and it was a little bit frantic, but we got a hang of it, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. People were kind of there were a little bit of like crazy people, but it was fine.
Talk about your favorite thing of performing in the band. What do you enjoy the most about it?
I enjoy it whenever everybody gets everything nailed down, and when people learn from their mistakes without people having to tell them.
Have you been proud, because it seems like y'all have really improved a ton this season?
I've been kind of proud. Like, towards the start of the season, I was a little hesitant, but towards the end, where we are now, I've kind of learned to be with the band.
Now, for you, let's personally off the field kind of things. Things that you like to do off the field.
Well, I work sometimes, and sometimes I'll just play on my computer or hang out with my friends.
So what do you do work?
I work at Viking Pizza down here. Sometimes I'll be at Spring Hill.
Okay, enjoy it?
Kind of. Sometimes it can get a little crazy, but I think most of the time it's pretty fun. I enjoy going home from it. You know, it's refreshing.
Think about too, like musical taste for you. What kind of musical taste do you have?
I like rock, a little bit of rap, not too much. Country is kind of a no, but it's in between rock and rap. I'm more rock than I am rap, like a lot more rock.
Favorite artist?
Favorite artist? Right now it's Pink Floyd, but that's probably going to change soon.
All right, man. Hey, Draven, thank you so much for joining us. Great to have some time with you.
Yep, no problem.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
My name is Luke Allen. I'm class of 2025.
And, of course, baby brother of Biscuit. And now we get, of course, the nickname Gravy. And that's because, of course, you've been mopping up players on the other side for quite some time now. For you, what's it been like? You've just been around this program forever, and talk about just growing up as a Rocket.
Just growing up around here, it's different. It's a lifestyle. You want to grow up in Chapel Hill and be a Forrest Rocket one day.
Now, for you, of course, you got plenty of experience, got to play early in your career. Talk about that experience along the offensive line. You guys, of course, lost Tank this year, and you had to adjust. And talk about how you guys have kind of progressed this year.
It's hard. Injuries will kill your team, but growing up or being a freshman and the seniors take you under your wing. They'll teach you right.
What was your moment, I guess, that you got, and maybe somebody took you under their wing and kind of guided you along? Not only from Biscuit, of course, because you had that influence, but from your teammates when you became a freshman.
Lane Strasser, he definitely took me under his wing, for sure.
Now for you, favorite moments you've had maybe in your career?
In my career, probably have to be when me and Cam Street, our freshman year, would double team Nate Hall and make him mad and try and fight us.
I think I've heard stories about that one before. Okay. And for you, of course, coming up, this is a big one. You got Fayetteville City. You guys, I know, have kind of got to be frustrated because you feel like you played really good football and just don't have the W's to show for it. What you got to do tonight to pick up the win?
Just not shoot ourselves in the foot. We've been victims of that lately, and just not shoot ourselves in the foot, and we should be good.
All right, man. Final question, as always. I'm riding around with you. Now what are we listening to?
Probably Hank Williams Jr.
And you know what? That was something more that I would expect. I've heard that quite a bit this year. Any favorites in particular?
Probably Country State of Mind or Weatherman.
All right. So our music critics, if you want to know, Gravy has got it for you, man. Hey, been happy to have you with us.
Yes, sir.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students, from delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank. Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
My name's Cameron Orr. I'm Classic 24, and I play guard and D-tackle.
Cameron, last regular season game, of course, a lot on the line tonight. Talk about just getting ready for this. It seems like the season just barely got started, and now it's finishing up.
Yeah, I mean, it's flown by. I mean, last year I was playing more offense, and then I started out on offense this year, and then I've kind of grown more on defense, but I'm liking the defense a lot more, and I feel like we still have more of a season to go chase. So,
talk about the transition from offense to defense. How tough is that, or was it pretty easy for you?
I mean, it was definitely different, but I mean, I feel like I like defense just a lot more. I feel like I can be more aggressive on defense. I can do more stuff. And offense is a lot of stress. I mean, you got to remember a play or something, or forgetting something. But in defense, it's a lot more fun for me.
Talk about for you. You've been around for a while now, seen a lot of good times in this program. What's been your favorite, maybe your favorite memory of being a senior in this program?
Probably whenever I saw, my favorite memory would probably be whenever Noah Hill and Jesse Lindemann got in an argument or got in a fight. Probably it was our freshman year, and Jesse went up at like D tackle, and Noah Hill put him to the fence probably about 5 plays in a row. It's probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Now, for you off the field, interests that you have off the field?
I want to go into HVAC. I've been probably go to TCAT first for it. But whenever season ends, I go to TCAT after 12:30, and then from there on, I want to just do HVAC and probably run my dad's business doing landscaping and gravel.
Okay.
So.
Now, last question. This one, of course, we've asked everybody, and I've kind of been really surprised at the answers I've gotten. All right, if I'm riding with you, what are we listening to?
If you're riding with me, what are we listening to? Probably, I'm gonna say 38 Baby, my young boy.
Okay, all right. Now, I see I'm lost on that one. I've had a lot of country answers this year, so I'm kind of surprised. But I see it's a little bit different. So that's kind of what I was expecting, that I wouldn't know. So I'm lost on that one. I'll have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Cameron, thank you again for joining us, and best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Hometown banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
And our Coach's Corner segment with Coach Eli Stevenson and Coach rounding out the regular season. It's really hard to believe that we're in Game 10.
It is. It's flown by this year, and when you really, I enjoy this group, and when you enjoy a group, it usually goes by a little quicker.
Still got a lot to play for tonight. Of course, pick up a win. You still have to travel, but you do get a 3 rather than a 4.
Oh yes, and our kids, they know that too. We told them that this week, and we'd rather go play the 3 than the 4. We're gonna have to travel, but we need to get a win. We need to get some momentum going into the playoffs, and once you get in the playoffs, it's a brand new season.
Yeah, and of course, you think about if you can pull this game out, like you say, you love to head into the playoffs with some momentum, and you kind of feel like, you know, you've already played Cascade and Marion County and think, hey, you know, maybe playing for a region championship if we have a couple of breaks heading into tonight. If you can pick up the win tonight, it does give you some much-needed momentum heading into the playoffs.
Yes, and momentum is that's the key to high school football. That's the key to about any sports you play. When you're rolling and things go your way, it just feels like you can't be beat. And right now, we're in a lull. We're on a 4-game losing streak, and we got to get the momentum going.
Fayetteville's going to present a big set of challenges for you. Of course, they got the big 6'7" mobile quarterback, good running game, good passing game. The defense who has been very good this year will be called up on to have another big game.
Yes, they love some RPO stuff. They got a good running back. He's fast. If he gets in space, he's very tough to bring down. We got to stop him before he gets going. And their quarterback, he gets the ball out really quick, and he can throw it a country mile too. What I'm more impressed this year, I've seen him on film last year by teams we played. He's more accurate than he was the year before. And we just got to be able to stay with our guys, get a little pressure on him, and just get him off his game.
Offensively, you really run the ball well. That's been a calling card, especially this last part of the season. How do you just continue to do that and maybe put a few more points on the board tonight?
We're able to move the ball in between the 20s. Once we get down to the red zone, we got to be able to put the ball in. That's our biggest problem right now. We've been able to move the ball all year long in between the 20s. We just got to be able to finish drives. We get down there, we sputter out a little bit, and we got to finish. And we got to stay on our blocks. They got some good. Their D lineman is quick this year. I mean, Fayetteville's D line. They got some quick linemen, and they got their linebacker number 8. The Hughes kid, he's all over the field. We got to be able to block him and just get a hat on him every time so he don't get to the ball.
Coach, as we say, gotten to the end of the regular season, still got playoffs next week, but what's been your favorite thing about this group?
This group right here, they come ready to work every day. That's the biggest thing for this group. It don't matter if it's a win or a loss. They come in on Monday and they're ready to work, and that says a lot to the kids and it's been a pleasure to coach them.
Coach, man, as always, thank you for your time. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This TC Sports 1 broadcast is brought to you by Advanced Eye Care Clinic, home with a real Dr. J, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan. By Amigos Mexican Grill, authentic Mexican cuisine. By Apex Bank, celebrating 10 years in Chapel Hill. Also brought to you by Benchmark Physical Therapy. They'll get you back in the game. By Brooks Grocery, where you'll find your next favorite food. Also, we're brought to you by Dr. William Bell at Chapel Hill Family Dentistry. We're brought to you by Quince Air Care, your local ring dealer. By Farm Bureau Insurance, home, life, auto, and health insurance. By First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking. Also brought to you by Highway 99 Storage, now with climate control. By J&J Automotive, your one-stop auto shop. We're brought to you by Lawrence Funeral Home, serving Chapel Hill since 1939. By Lewisburg Animal Hospital, your other family doctor. Also brought to you by Mack Equipment, your local Cub Cadet and Exmark dealer. By the town of Chapel Hill, moving forward with strong tradition. And by Garvin's Ground Control, licensed and insured.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
And welcome in, would you believe it, a 73-degree night, the last Friday night in October. We are definitely enjoying some beautiful weather here as we come to you live from Fayetteville City High School in Fayetteville, Tennessee. It is the season finale, the regular season finale tonight for the 4-5 Rockets of Forrest High School as they take on the 4-5 Tigers of Fayetteville City. Good evening, Troy Cashin, Ricky Sweeney, Mr. Noble Mays, and our great production staff, Mr. Peter Wilson and Miss Caden Anderson, joining you here this evening. And two teams heading in different directions here tonight at 4-5. The Fayetteville Tigers have won 4 of their last 5, including 3 in a row. Meanwhile, the Rockets on the other end of the ledger, they have lost 4 in a row after a 4-1 start. Rockets looking to find some footing here heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, need some for the playoff game next week. It's going to be a tough one next week, and that would be nothing better than to get the victory here tonight.
Ricky, taking a look, Fayetteville has played a murderer's row of a schedule this year. They survived, and I say that, survived the early portion of the schedule. They took on Upperman to start the season. Upperman right now 9-0. They lost to the Bees 26-0. Of course, we saw Moore County last week, know how good they are. Fayetteville lost to them 34-14. Then, of course, it was 3A stalwart Giles County. You can just about pencil them in for a quarterfinal or semifinal run every year. Lost to the Bobcats 44-20. Then, in a very tight one, game that they controlled throughout a lot of that one, defeated by Marion County 21-14. Then they got it going. 34-13, they went over Cannon County. They lost to a really good Marshall County team, and we're going to keep you abreast of the Tigers and Pearl Cone tonight. That's one of the big matchups in the Mid-State. Lost to Marshall County 41-6, but then they ripped off wins over Sequatchie County 28-14, beat Nashville Christian 49-37, and defeated Cascade last week in a really tough battle 15-9. They find themselves at 4-5 overall, but more importantly 2-1 in the region. If they win tonight, Ricky, they secure the 2 seed and, of course, a home game in the first round of the playoffs. For the Rockets, no chance at hosting, but you either end up going to East Robertson if you win tonight or Smith County if you lose.
Yeah, the Cascade game sticks out in my mind. The Rockets played them tough, but Cascade, I thought Cascade had a really good team, and for them to beat Cascade, that says a little something about their team to me.
And Fayetteville got outscored 15 in the first half. Cascade was able to shut them out offensively in that second half of play. Fayetteville wasn't very happy with the results of that. Didn't throw the football as well as they would normally like. And, Ricky, they're going to have a very tough offense for this Forrest defense, who has been the bread and butter for the Rockets this year. They played extremely well throughout most of this season. They will be tested again tonight by a quarterback, Sam Willoughby, who is 6'7", can see over the defense, and is really improved with each season. He's only a junior. His accuracy has improved each season. He's getting some looks from some four-year schools. He is going to be really tough. They've got to contain him.
Yeah, I saw him warming up, and he does have that height advantage is amazing. When you're a smaller quarterback, it's just so tough to see over the line to make that pass connection work for you. And this guy, he's got a lot on his side by being that tall.
They like to do a lot of RPO with him. He's very nimble. Also, as we said, can throw the football extremely well. It's going to be a diversified offense that Fayetteville is going to run out here tonight. We've seen the Rockets try to control some great players. They did a lot against Sam Pickett with lining him up, Land Fletcher Fields up pretty much all over with him, and kept Pickett under control for the most part. Last week, of course, Dawson White, he gets the ball snapped to him every time as a quarterback. And White, he definitely showed why he is probably, in my estimation, the front runner for Mr. Football in single A.
Yeah, I would have to agree to that. Very shifty runner, smart. You see pro players do this, and great college players run into that line and have a little resistance right there. They got the presence of mind to back it out and shift and go one way or another where that pressure is not. And, boy, that makes a difference in plus yards and minus yards.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think this Fayetteville team, a lot of people may be sleeping on the Tigers because they look at the record and they come in at 4-5. But I think this team probably getting better throughout each and every game of this season. And, again, that murderer's row, you survived, and now you're thriving in the last part of the schedule. They're going to be a team I really feel like could be a dark horse to get three deep in the playoffs.
Couple of deep games. That's exactly right. And playing good competition early in the year, you sharpen your axe, and that's what they did earlier. And I think it's going to pay off for them.
Well, let's take our first break of the night. We'll be back to take a look at the Forrest Rockets as we continue with our pregame here on TC Sports 1.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
And welcome back. And Ricky, we've seen our share of senior nights already this year. Get to see another one here tonight as Fayetteville City honoring their seniors in the last regular season game for them. And hard to believe that you can come out here and probably I see some folks in shorts. Game 10, you get a weather where you can wear shorts outside, you can't ask for much better.
I don't remember this ever happening. It's usually 32 degrees, snowing and raining and just blah, but it's great tonight.
Oh, it is wonderful, wonderful weather. Hopefully we get that next week. Of course, it's supposed to cool down quite a bit, but, for the Rockets, you got to wonder, Ricky, and I think it's a natural question to ask. Right now, they've lost so many tough games. How much do they have left in the tank?
Yeah, I was looking at the point totals. We've got we're averaging 20 a game. We're just a shade over 20, and giving up just a shade over 20. So that has been pretty level. As we've lost those games, it's got back to level. We were ahead at that point in one time, but the games we just haven't been able to finish them and play a whole four-quarter game, and that's been very costly for the Rockets.
I think, too, if they and we talk about this every game, there is a recipe for success. This team has a recipe to be able to win football games and win football games against anyone they play. We saw that against Marion County with them being able to take Marion County down to the wire.
Yeah, the Marion County game, I think we outplayed them. I think a lot of people have said the same thing, that we outplayed them, and I really do believe we did, but just couldn't get it done on the scoreboard.
That's just the thing. They've had those untimely penalties and just really have put them in some situations that they couldn't overcome. You've got to play a clean game to be able to win, but if you do play a clean game, you got a chance. I mean, you got a chance. I feel like if you play a clean game, you go on the road next week, whether it be at East Robertson or at Smith County, you got a puncher's chance.
Yeah, each week when I figure up the stats, I look at those penalties, and they just show up every game, and the turnovers are there just about every game as well. So we got those two things, and we have yet to improve on them. So, like you say, if we do improve on them, our chances are better. It's just common sense would dictate that, but you got to do those two things.
If I remember correctly, and I'll have to go back and check myself, I'm speaking off the cuff here, but I think in the last 3 games, I believe we've had 8, 14, and 8 penalties. So 30 over the last 3 games.
Yeah, last week it was 8 penalties for 60 yards. Our competition had 3 penalties for 40 yards, so we lost that battle.
Yeah.
We had a couple of turnovers, 2 fumbles, and that didn't turn out too good for us as well. So there's your, again, those 2 things. I hate to keep dwelling on them, but they just stick out.
Yeah, and the thing I think, too, that, we always like to try to see glass half full instead of glass half empty. And if you're looking at it, I think the things that you've found this season that you have reason to be optimistic about. Cohen Grissom has been a revelation from that Gordonsville game. I mean, he has run the football extremely well. He gives you another physical option at running back along with Liam Bell. I think Bell has been really underrated, Ricky. I think he just brings his lunch pail and his hard hat every game and does those things for this team leadership-wise, and his ability to play defense and offense and play it at a high level. I don't think he gets enough credit.
Yeah, he's certainly been a bright spot here late in this season. From mid-season on, he's lit it up for the Rockets, and I'm glad to see that because we could use him next year.
Yeah, and you talk about it. You got Fletcher Fields, of course, just a freshman. Eli Bell, just a sophomore. You got a lot of guys coming back. You will lose Bell, and that will be a big loss. You lose 13 seniors. But you're looking down and to do that glass half full, hey, we've got these guys that have won 23 games in a row at the middle school level. They're progressing up. Now, you're going to have some guys that were that first wave of undefeateds. They're going to be juniors next year. And you expect those guys, if you're going to be able to contribute, you need to be able to contribute in a big way next year. There's going to be a lot expected out of this program.
Yeah, those 8th graders, this year's 8th graders, they don't know what it's like to lose a game. They've 2 in a row. They have not experienced losing.
Yeah.
Well, you can't replace that with anything.
And exactly, and that's the winning attitude that you want them to carry into this program, that it hurts to lose. And you can tell these guys as a group, they're very invested. I mean, that's the thing. This has been a tight group. They play hard. Coach Stevenson talked about it in our interview today. He really likes the fact that on Monday they come ready to work. They come ready to try to get better, ready to compete each and every week. So, that's the things that you're encouraged about. This group is going to come out. They're going to play really hard here tonight. And, Ricky, again, it's just if you can play mistake-free football, you got a chance to stay in this game tonight.
Yeah, you can't give the ball to the other team, especially on the other side of the 50, the bad side of the 50. You can't do that. And, I'm still talking about that, but you can't do those things.
I think the other thing you've got to do tonight, I think Fayetteville's been like every other team. I know they watch film. They're looking at tendencies. They're looking to see, when certain guys come into the game, what plays that are being run. I think tonight, last game of the regular season, you got to kind of pull out the stops, do some things in the short passing game. You don't have to go down the field. Cantrell, that's not necessarily his strong suit, but in the intermediate stuff, get it out quick.
Yeah.
Get it maybe in the middle of the field. Use somebody, use Ben Villazon. He's going to be, I think, a big factor in tonight's game, not only offensively, but I think defensively with the way that Willoughby will throw the football. Villazon's a guy that can get back there, high point of football and battle would-be receivers. I think he'll be extremely invaluable tonight for the Rockets as a defender.
Yeah, he can go up and knock them down, or he can pick them off as well. That's a good point on Villazon there.
With that being said, we're about less than 15 minutes away from your kick time. Let's take another break. We'll be back with more here on TC Sports 1.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix, and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow tipped over.
No. Nope. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
And welcome back as we get set for kickoff here, the regular season finale. And Ricky, even more this year, I just cannot believe that this season is done.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. This has been a really quick season. I mean, here we are. We're in game number 10. And next week we'll have game 11 because we are going to the playoffs. And it's been amazing. It's been real quick. And a lot of things have gone on, and we've weathered the storm. We've made it to game 10.
Yeah, and, I think the thing, too, I think you wanted to see this group. I think they've had a real chance to win a few more games. The record could be a little bit different.
Yeah, I think last year now we did not make the playoffs, right?
Right.
And that's the first time in a bunch of years.
Yeah, I think it broke like a 15-year streak of not making or of making the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, no, number 4 is not as good as number 1, but at least you're there and everything. And I've been saying that they've been watered down for many years, but watered down or not, you're still in the playoffs, and that gives everyone, even a number 4 team, a little bit of hope.
Yeah, and, that's the thing. It gives a team like Forrest that maybe hasn't had the success in the regular season, if you keep the guys aboard and keep them believing, keep them focused, then they can say, hey, you know what? Everybody's 0-0. Right now, we go out, we got a chance. Let's go out and play our game. The Rockets do have and this is something that a coach from a long time ago told me. He said, you have teams that are built for playoff football. He was a strict believer that you couldn't be a passing team and win many state championships, that when the weather got cold, you had to be able to run the football. The Rockets are a team that when you get into the playoffs, they do one thing very well. That's run the football.
They certainly do. And at this point in the season, you got to have somebody to take over the leadership role if they haven't already been the leader. But I think Liam Bale's been a pretty good leader for this team. I hope him, and if he can bring some other guys along tonight to help lead this team tonight, well, I think we've got a chance.
You think about it, this group has been Fayetteville, won a championship. These seniors won a championship. They were a part of a championship team in 2020. This Rocket team, they went to the quarterfinals in 2021. They've been a part and know what it's like to play winning playoff football. Tonight for the Rockets, you just got to, for yourself, when you get mired in that losing streak, sometimes it's tough mentally to break that. Tonight, I think they've got to come out here and have some success early, be invested in this thing, get to the second half, be in it, and then, of course, you got a chance to not only be in it, but to win it.
Yeah, don't look in the rearview mirror where things have already happened and gone wrong at times, and you've had some things go not your way that you wish you could change. But look out the front windshield.
Yeah.
You're full steam ahead, so maybe we can get that going tonight.
And I think the other thing is you've got to get out, and as they did against Marion County, that's the blueprint for success. You've got to control the football, take time off the clock. You've got to convert. That's the one thing against Marion County. They didn't convert late, or else they win that football game. But you don't need to be in a situation like you were last week against Moore County where you get down a couple of scores. This team is not built for having to throw the ball and come back on you. They're built to be out front, pound, shorten the game. That's what they need to do tonight. We don't need to be looking up and it's 21-7. Fayetteville, that makes it tough.
Yeah, they're not going to fare well if it gets to that point.
As we await our tag team partner, Mr. Noble Mays' arrival, let's take another break. We'll be back here on TC Sports 1.
Town banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our two other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
And welcome back as we inch closer to kick time here in Fayetteville as the Forrest Rockets get set to take on the Fayetteville City Tigers. Ricky, you know, you look at this, and the Rockets, as we said, mentally, I think they need some success early. You come in, you've lost every way almost conceivable this year, and you just need something good to happen. They've been kind of snake bit with the injury bug the last couple of years. You lose your starting quarterback Ryan Hill in game one. You don't have your best offensive lineman Spence Tankersley for any of this season. So, you know, those are the things that really hurt you. These guys have banded together, but they've been good enough on their own that with some, you know, with any kind of luck, you're looking at a 7-win team.
Yeah, you know, you see that horseshoe sticking straight up with all the luck in it. It's full. Ours has kind of been turned over and all. It's spilled out.
Yeah, the magnet's been sucking up it the other way.
We haven't had any of that. You nailed it right on the head there.
You know, the funny thing about it is, Ricky, the games that they have not been in were against the single-A squads. Moore County and Gordonsville were the two teams that really beat the Rockets, where you can't say, hey, you had a chance to win that late. Cascade had a real chance to win that late. Marion County had a real chance to win that one late. Watertown, they just never – I mean, it's like they were running in knee-deep mud for the whole game. They just never got any traction against Watertown. And I don't want to say this in a bad way. I just felt like they were a better football team than what they showed that night.
That's correct. I have to agree with you on that. And, again, I go back to the luck thing. They have had some bad things happen. And
think about this. Think about this. If now, this is a big two-letter word, if you catch a break against Cascade, get that personal foul penalty late, score, you know, maybe win that football game. And the other thing is, if you kick the field goal without the penalty against Marion County, you could be looking at playing for a district or for a region championship tonight. I mean, rather than looking at a 3 or a 4 seed. I mean, it's crazy to think if you get a couple of breaks where you're at.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot to turn this thing around. But, again, just didn't happen. The guys, you said it earlier just a moment ago, the mental part too, that needs to switch places. It needs to go up here instead of down here. You can see my hands right now, folks.
Yeah.
That mental part of it needs to improve.
Bryce Tankersley, Jesse Lindeman, and Liam Bell, the captains for the Rockets tonight, and welcome in to our good friend, Mr. Noble Mays.
Glad to be with you, gentlemen. Certainly glad to be with you, gentlemen, here this evening. Glad to join you two gentlemen and a young man and young lady this evening.
Let's see, Noble. Let's get you squared away here. Let's see here. Try it again, Noble.
Yes, indeed. Friday night. Glad to be along.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Yeah, Troy, it's Rockets and Fayetteville.
Now I got you.
Yeah. I hear it.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
All right, my man Noble is squared away. We are ready to roll here in Fayetteville. A beautiful 70-plus degree night last Friday night in October. No better weather to end this regular season here. We hope we get the result of this contest being as beautiful for us as the weather is here tonight. Fayetteville's Manny Eddings set to kick it off. The 4-5 Tigers, the 4-5 Rockets, but Fayetteville playing for home field advantage, a 2 seed if they can win here tonight. Rockets looking for a 3 seed as this one hammered back, taken at the 5 center of the field. 15-20, little stutter step. Bell looking for a hole, dances around and gets out to about the 25-yard line where the Rockets will begin there. Noble, good starting field position.
Yes, indeed, T. Roy. And the wedge, I keep waiting on, every time I see the wedge come on the kick return, I keep waiting on one of these Rocket return men to find a little crease, but they hadn't had the luxury of finding too many creases on the kick return this season.
We've seen Bell be able to do that. He is really skilled on the returns. The Rockets will begin. First down, go to the ground on the inside scissor. Looking for some running room, center of the field, and there were a lot of orange jerseys there as that one diagnosed pretty well. Not a whole lot of running room there for G Square. As he turned the corner, there were a lot of orange jerseys waiting on him.
Yes, indeed, and I'm pretty sure that the film study by Fayetteville City Tigers, they've done quite a bit of that, and they've seen G Square be very successful on that same particular play.
Picked up about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Just underway here from Fayetteville. Game number 10. The Fayetteville City Tigers and the Forrest Rockets here on TC Sports 1. Rockets will spread 2 out to the right side of the field, go back to the left side with a ground game, and again, a lot of orange jerseys there at the line of scrimmage, and Fayetteville playing 2 and pass the whistle there, Noble.
And they are playing very physical, as you said, playing 2 and pass the whistle. And everybody who knows anything about sports, there's an advantage that you get for being aggressive up until the officials decide how they want to call the game. So as long as the officials allow that to continue, Fayetteville City looks to be in the habit of trying to play past the whistle.
3rd down now and 9 facing the Rockets here as Fayetteville's defense has been up to the challenge. Ben Villazon in the game at the quarterback position here, Noble.
We seen that last week, thought we might see it this week.
Backside of the eye, he's going to roll to throw. Looking, got some pressure, dumps it short, and this one incomplete. Intending it for Liam Bell, but he got some heat as he faded away, trying to buy a little extra time. But that one ends up at the feet of his intended target, and it will be a punting situation here for the Rockets.
T. Roy, you certainly want to give a lot of credit. Jackson Blakemore as number 57 and number 68, Reggie Pearson. They provided Villazon with as much time as he needed, just unsuccessful in being able to find anyone through his progressions.
Thought tonight, and I think Villazon noted to throw a really nice football. They may have wanted to try a little bit of a wrinkle here early to spread that Fayetteville defense out.
Well, that 3rd down and 8 made it kind of known passing situation.
Grissom gets it out of there, booms it high end over ender, taken and fumbled, picked back up, and taken down immediately with good coverage. That was 11, Quasan Black. And he'll be taken down at the Tiger 40-yard line where Fayetteville City will begin there. Quarterback number 1, Kentyus Henderson is the back. Number 1, Sam Willoughby is the guy that's going to call the signals tonight.
And Henderson was the return man that time for the punt there, T-Roy. Number 13 was the return man. And you would have loved to have seen the Rockets kind of get down there a little quicker than that, and maybe one kind of hit him and the other one kind of scoop that ball up and kind of get on it.
Yeah, that was a tough punt to handle for a returner. Grissom hit that one. He got some distance, but it was also end over end and tough to handle. City will begin out of the gun. Willoughby, the 6'7" signal caller. Gives it right side, burrowing forward across the 40 out to about the 43. Let's see, Noble trying to figure out amongst all of those Fayetteville jerseys who got the carry. I believe that was Calvin Hughes, number 8.
Yes.
It'll be second down, gain of about 4. It'll be second down and 6 now for the Tigers.
Yates and G squared mixing it up in there early.
Receiver stacked to the left side of the field. Little RPO action as Willoughby on the keeper. Eludes one would-be tackler, gets hit at the 45, will lean forward, get to about the 47 where he'll be a couple of yards shy of his first down as the Rockets defended that one pretty well, but Willoughby at 6'7", when he stretches, he's good for a couple more yards.
Yes, indeed. Liam Bell attempted to have a tackle for a loss, but Willoughby was able to shake that. But there's a penalty there, T-Roy.
Yeah, for the Rocket fans, they've got something to cheer about here early. It's usually on the Rockets, so they get a chance to clap and back the Tigers up a little bit here.
That changes the down and distance, changes the play calling perhaps for the Tigers as well.
Second down, 11 now, we'll call it, after the illegal procedure penalty. Willoughby with 3 receivers now, left side of the field, back to his left as well out of the gun. Quick throw, pass caught, eluding the first tackler, getting down the sideline. Midfield stripe, first down and more. And out of bounds after the catch, Kavion Henderson, number 7. But Noble just quick got rid of it. Nicely thrown football, and Henderson, excellent athletic ability to break that first tackle, scooted down the sidelines quickly into Forrest territory.
Yes, indeed. Henderson and Henderson, T-Roy, number 13, provided the one block he had, and 7 did the rest.
This time he'll get it on the jet sweep, but this one will get stopped before it gets started. So, once again, looks like this one's going to come back.
T-Roy, you said he speedster there, Kavion Henderson, and it seems like the script is easy, Mr. Sweeney. Don't give him as many touches as he possibly can.
Yeah, Henderson definitely a weapon for Willoughby, but Willoughby at 6'7", very good athlete. He's drawing a lot of attention as a junior already from many larger four-year schools. So he's got another year at the high school level, but very impressive on that first throw.
A lot of weapons on that Tigers offense.
First down, back to the ground game, up the middle, eluding a couple of tacklers and getting down to about the Forrest 43-yard line. That's going to be Hughes again. Good inside running, Noble, and it'll be second down now. We'll call it 8.
Yes, indeed. Yates again in on the tackle and assist by Liam Bell as well.
Fayetteville spreads it out again, this time right side of the field. Willoughby keeps, eludes Lindemann, and now dumps it out in the flat, pass caught, but once again, that's really good pursuit. I believe that was Villazon who came up and made the stop.
It was Villazon out there on the corner, T-Roy, and that is special in itself there, T-Roy. I wanted you to take an opportunity, Mr. Peter Wilson, but here's I think it was Lindemann.
Lindemann got
first.
after the quarterback,
he shook it up, right? And T-Roy, we have always spoken about how dangerous running backs are in the open, especially the ones with a skill set like Kavion Henderson. For Villazon to make that tackle in open field, very special.
Very nicely done. Good pursuit. Also on the play makes it now third down and 12. Man in motion, right to left for Willoughby. He's straight back. The lefty deals across the middle. Pass is incomplete as he was looking downfield, and Villazon right there with the intended target, Alex Young. It'll bring up fourth down.
And you can be impressed with Sam Willoughby's arm strength. But I got to tell you what, T-Roy, he's going to have to put a little touch on that or something. He's going to have to do a little bit of job of being accurate because right now he's no threat at all throwing the ball if he's just going to sit back and sling it. He looked like the dude used to be for the Tennessee Vols that had that strong arm and needed to work on his accuracy.
Joe Milton, yeah. Punt out of there. Low spiraling punt. It will hit. Fletcher Fields will watch it bounce. And it will be downed by the Tigers, but a good job defensively. They get that potent Tiger offense off the field, get their offense back on with just under 8 minutes left here in the opening quarter. And, Noble, that's what you got to do.
And fortunate for the Rockets, things kind of shifted once they got that penalty, T-Roy, because the Tigers were successfully moving the ball. They had made their way well past the 50-yard line and into Rockets territory. But once that penalty came, then the defense just stiffened up.
Isn't it funny how those penalties will look much better on the other team?
I tell you what, and coaches, they preach about it all the time.
Rockets now second offensive possession of the night. Villazon, think a busted play there. He'll try to keep it, make something out of it, in Fayetteville City. Quick to get to Villazon. He turned one way looking for the back. Everybody else went the other.
You said it, T-Roy, and it doesn't matter. You can be play-by-play guy. You can be the guy sitting at home in your recliner. Anytime you see the quarterback looking for somebody and the running back and everybody else go to other different direction, you have to assume it's not only a busted play, but you have to assume the quarterback knew what he was doing.
Yeah, don't think that one was drawn up in the huddle, no. Second down and 12 now after the loss of 2. Just underway, about halfway through this first quarter here in Fayetteville. Rockets' second offensive possession of the evening. Cantrell in now under center. And we've got a penalty marker again. Legal procedure, false start on the Rockets. Will back them up 5 more, and that's the cycle. That's the vicious cycle you don't want to see them in.
No, you don't want to see that, T-Roy. It was a couple of Rockets there, a little eager. Just got to get settled and kind of calm down a little bit, because the defense did exactly what you needed them to do. So now it's time for the offense to do traditionally what they've done successfully, which is take some time off the clock and try to get the running game established.
Boy, it takes your playbook down, though, Noble. Second down and 17. They don't like to go down the field. Not their forte as they go back to the ground here. Getting to the middle of the field. Tough sledding there. That was Bell, Eli Bell on the carry. Noble, good cutback, but there are a lot of orange jerseys. They've got a lot of athletes, and they're quick to the ball.
And we've had the conversation. You're going to have to spread that defense out, T-Roy, and in order to spread it out, you're going to have to throw some little passes. So look for the coaching staff, Coach Eli Stevenson, to try to get the ball out in the flat to some of the running backs and the wide receivers.
Gain of 7. They're going to pitch it now. Fields trying to get wide side, looking for a block. Turns the corner, and he gets hit hard. 3 Tigers right there on the sideline. Fields, he can motor, Noble. Those guys were there on the corner.
They were, T-Roy, and you've seen the team speed for the Tigers. They got to the sideline swiftly.
Yeah, Fields as a master, even as a freshman, at extending that play, looking for exactly the right time to cut it back. That time never came. He had a blocker out there, but there were a lot of orange jerseys in pursuit.
I'm glad you said the cutback wasn't there. That was great assignment defense by the Tigers.
Grissom to punt, low snap. Cohen's got it. Now he's going to try to run it out of there. Grissom up the left side, and he'll be hit down as the Tigers will get the first break of the contest. They'll take over really deep in Rocket territory with 5:21 left here in the opening quarter. And Noble, something you don't want to happen. They've seen that happen a few times this year already on those low snaps. And Grissom, he felt like he couldn't get it out of there, so he just tucked it and tried to get what he could.
And fundamental football, T-Roy, you mentioned how difficult it was and how challenging it was going to be for the Rockets, who like to run the ball. It was second down and long, and you were backed up in your own territory. So the only mindset you need to be in is let's just play safe. Let's keep the ball, secure the ball, and try to find a way to get the punt off and get this defense back out here. But unfortunately, put the defense in a very awkward situation early in the game.
City at the Rocket 18 to begin this drive with 5:21 left here in the opening quarter. Man in motion, they fake the give. Cross the middle, incomplete. He had a man. That was intended for Henderson, and he had him.
He did. Kentias Henderson that time, T-Roy, number 13. And here's the thing, T-Roy, I'm going to say it again. Henderson was wide open.
Yeah, he threw it behind him, stepped behind him.
He threw it too hard as well. Too much velocity on that, T-Roy. Absolutely no reason not to put a little soft touch on that.
Yeah, he had the seam, a nicely run route there. He probably would have scored had he been able to catch that one. It's second down and 10 now. 3 receivers left side of the field. Quick throw left side, pass caught. Spinning left and back right. Rockets will field, and that's big Reggie Pearson, who says, I have seen enough of Kavion Henderson.
And I tell you what, Willoughby, I'm trying to figure out exactly which side to be on, T-Roy, because here's the thing. What I mean by which side, he throws with a lot of velocity. even did that time as well. But I tell you what, he throws a spiral every time he throws the ball. He has a nice spin on that ball.
Well, you say that's a John Elway football, catch it or die. This time it will be picked. Getting back in coverage, Liam Bell. He sat down right in front of the intended target, and I'm not sure Willoughby ever saw him.
I tell you what, not only did he never see him, T-Roy, I'm looking at it, and here's an opportunity for the folks at home to be able to get a close look at it. I want you to take a good look at it. I think it's number 13 again, Henderson. He's going to get locked in on one wide receiver. Look at him, T-Roy. Yep. He never looked at through the progressions. He had 3 Tigers going out. He never did. You got to slow it down, T-Roy, and I know you sung the young man's praises, but he had no reason that he had to rush that at all.
Right. And Bell, you can see that offensive gift that he has. He knew. He sunk back as a linebacker, ready for that one, made a great play, and the Rockets get the turnover.
After this, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what's special about it.
Now, can they capitalize? Cantrell to throw. Across the field, pass caught. First down as Branham Haynes picks up the reception.
T-Roy, I want to tell you real clearly, the last 2 plays, one we seen with Bell on defense, you talked about the fact of Bell being an offensive player. Here's the thing. How often do you see linebackers having the luxury of being able to catch an interception that hard?
Yeah. Watch this, Noble. That was a really nice job. Cantrell bought some time. He waited. Haynes uncovers. Now back to the ground game with Eli Bell. Gets to the corner. Bell with excellent speed. He'll be very close to another first down. That is the electrifying, scintillating running game, the speed of Eli Bell and Fletcher Fields. Fields is an absolute rocket, but don't sell Bell short. He's got great speed.
I'll tell you what, if you go back and you look at this game, if the outcome ends up very successful for the Rockets, it's going to have to do with this first quarter here towards the end. You had the interception by Bell and these 2 consecutive plays, one to pass and then that run there by Eli Bell.
And that's what they've got to do, is at least have the threat of being able to throw the football as G-Square. Gavin Grissom will get it very close to the midfield stripe. A pickup of about 4, maybe 5 on first down. But Noble, again, you're able to go wide. You're able to open that field up a little bit. It gives you the running lanes inside.
I'm glad you said it, T-Roy. You have to utilize the pass. It doesn't always have to be successful, but it has to be a threat.
Yeah.
And that gives you the luxury of being able to widen them out. T-Roy, look at the setup this time. They got the Tigers on defense stretched out a little bit.
Grissom in the backfield. He's going to get it on the pitch. Turns the corner of the baby bull with a head of steam, and he'll pick up another first down. Noble, that's just simple football. Turn, pitch, run.
And T-Roy, we've seen this a couple times in the last couple weeks. Watch the Coach Eli Stevenson and them. They have been able to afford a little leverage on the side. They have shifted everybody. They've gotten an opportunity to go unbalanced on that side and a little quick pitch to the running back.
Watch his pads, though. I love the way he gets those pads down when he's about to make contact, and he just digs on a guy. Picks up those extra yards, another first down. Cantrell to throw. Pass caught, Villazon. Middle of the field. Again, Noble, it won't be much as far as a pickup, but what it does for you, it loosens that secondary. Mentally, they can't come charging up to the line of scrimmage when they see what they think may be a run. They've got to at least respect it. That half second you get could be the difference in somebody being able to turn the corner.
Translation, T-Roy. The Tigers have to be light in the box. They can't put any more than about 7 in the box.
2nd and 5. Cantrell again slings it right side. Bryce Tankersley with a catch. Tankersley will pick up a couple more, and it'll be 3rd down. We'll call it about 3 now. But once again, getting it wide.
I appreciate it. Reiterate that, T-Roy. It didn't pick up a lot, but what does it do to be able to throw the ball?
It gets that defense spread out. You can run inside. I don't care how good your offensive line is. If you've got numbers on the other side of the football, it's tough to block 8 or 9 guys.
I tell you what, they're too tight this time. I would have loved to have seen them stretch it out again, but even running. I know the run is coming.
3rd and 3. Give Bell. Looking for a block. Got one. Very nicely done by Eli Bell. He just stayed on the right shoulder or left shoulder of his blocker, waited till the block came, accelerated, and picked up the first down.
We talk about it all the time. once the coaches put the X's and O's together, you as players have to execute it. And Eli Bell did exactly that. He hit the hole where it needed to be hit, and he had the patience. And I knew the run was coming, T-Roy, and you have to soften up this defense. I like to see him continue to stretch them out, though.
Fletcher Fields in the contest as the backs are split. They go inside scissor G square. Got a blocker in front of him. Leaps over one would-be tackler and picks up quick 4, maybe 5, and we've got a little extracurricular after the whistle down the field. As it looked like Black and one of the Rockets got mixed up there. Official right on top of it doesn't throw the flag, but G Square picks up a quick 6.
Here's worth mentioning, T-Roy, G Square. He ran the same play that he ran earlier and only picked up about 2 yards. Now that they have softened up the middle and the interior part of this defense, it's open.
Grissom and Fields in the backfield. They give it to the Baby Bull. Grissom plowing, churning, keeping on his feet. Out of bounds and hit out of bounds. There should be 15 more on top of that one, and he's going to turn around. Oh, come on.
I tell you what, T-Roy. I tell you what.
That's the second guy is going to get it.
I tell you what. I know the second guy is what made him throw the flag. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. They may actually offset this. Watch this, T-Roy, as you get an opportunity to look at it. I want you to see. You call it. What do you call him?
The Baby Bull.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at that, T-Roy. And he just right again. They need some quarters because they just going for a ride. Now here's the thing, T-Roy. The official, he see the first sign. He see the first one.
So the Rockets this time are fortunate. It looks like they're going to dodge a bullet, hopefully.
And so here's the beautiful thing about it, T-Roy. I wasn't exactly seeing exactly how they assessed the penalty, but I did hear the crowd over here get a little excited. So I'm assuming that it went against the defense, or at least was offsetting.
I look like it went against the field. Yeah, it's going to be half the distance.
And that's why I said the official, I know when he threw the flag, but he was watching it. He watched the entire encounter, and he understood exactly why Grissom pushed him, because the young man had his leg in there, T-Roy. You got to let his leg go. You got to bounce.
Mm-hmm. First down from inside the 10. Fayetteville wants to talk about it. 32 seconds left, opening quarter. Rockets on the move.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
And welcome back. Noble, I've become so shell-shocked. I just naturally thought we could see Grissom push the Fayetteville player. I thought, oh, he's going to get him as soon as he turned and threw it. So we catch a break finally. Now let's see if they can put it in. Villazon under center with backs out of the eye. One receiver to each side of the field, straight up the middle. The Baby Bull, like a blocking sled in front of him. He just pushes that Fayetteville defender into the end zone. Touchdown, Cohen. Grissom.
I tell you what, T-Roy, I don't know if you feel the same energy that I feel over here in the crowd, but they have been calling for Cohen Grissom. The home team have traveled, and they brought their voices with them, and they are rooting, and they are hollering for Cohen Grissom, number 25, but number 1 in their heart.
Man, watch him get down and just grind, pushing into the end zone. Older brother G Square hammers home the extra point, and with 24 ticks left here in the opening quarter, it's the Rockets taking the early lead, 7-0.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab, and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in a game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
85.
And welcome back. Our statistician extraordinaire, Mr. Ricky Sweeney, says an 85-yard drive for the Rockets. 10 plays, capped by that 8-yard Cohen Grissom obliteration into the end zone. Kick taken. Center of the field, weaving his way through traffic and being taken down as he will reach out to about the 32, 33-yard line. We got a flag coming in late.
Yeah, T-Roy, we did an excellent job of covering the kick, but now we finna give them 15 yards, T-Roy, and those are the little mental things there that when the game is going as well as it's going for the Rockets, you don't want to give the Tigers any motivation, any incentive.
Yeah, watch it here, center of the field, and going to get a little late shot. So Fayetteville will get a little better field position here with only 12 seconds left opening quarter. We talked about it, fellas. Hey, what have you got to do? You got to control the football. You got to score early. You don't want to play from behind. Mission accomplished here in the opening quarter. They have controlled time of possession. They got the big play on the turnover by Liam Bell. And what did they do? They took it 85 yards and scored. That is what you got to do to win.
And I tell you what, T-Roy, you had two big plays by both, I guess you can almost say by both defenses. One, on downs there with the punt by the Rockets, and then the turnover with the Tigers with the interception.
Receivers stacked to the left side. They go back to the ground game, and what a job of shooting through there. We're going to see that one again. Out of nowhere comes Jason Patrick, the freshman, and takes down the ball carrier. Loss of a couple, and that'll be your final play. But let's see it again before we take a break.
Watch him shoot the gap, T-Roy. And not only did he bring the running back down one-on-one for a tackle for a loss, watch him shoot the gap right here, T-Roy, right off the tackle.
And a very sure-handed tackle. Got that running back and slung him backwards. First quarter in the books. Rockets lead it 7-0.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Second quarter underway. Willoughby on the quarterback keeper, center of the field. He'll pick up across the midfield stripe into Rocket territory at the 49, but he's still going to be about 7 yards shy of his first down.
And T-Roy, you had me prepared for the dual threat that Willoughby would be, but I'll tell you what, I don't think he has threatened the Rockets defense. They haven't been impressed with the passing game, so they're playing for the run.
Well, and they've done a nice job. We talk about how you can tee off. They haven't been able to go downfield, so the Rockets can take a step up right now and really come after those screen passes. Third down, he's going to roll left, looking. He's going to tuck and run. And he gets hit hard. It bounces off one would-be tackler and pushed out of bounds. He's still going to be shy of his first down, Noble. And now an interesting decision here for the Tigers on fourth down. They've still got about 5 yards to go here.
Two things to keep an eye on the rest of the game, T-Roy, as Willoughby. One, he had no wide receiver open. And whenever you have a dual threat like that, they don't look very long for an open wide receiver. They'll tuck the ball and they'll take off running. So the Rockets are going to have to keep their line assignments.
They're going to punt it away as Fletcher Fields will retreat to receive this punt. He lined up offside. Snap out of there. He's going to look around. He's looking to throw, and he's going to be taken down. That one took way too long to develop, and Jesse Lindemann sniffs that one out. They snapped it back to Alex Young, and Noble, he knew he was dead in the water. Just throw it up.
He did, and Manny Eddings, number 4, he went downfield. And here's what threw number 19, Alex Young, off. It was the freshman, Fletcher Fields, down there, who was the return man. But Fletcher Fields turned into secondary. He played safety on him. He had no one to throw the ball to, T-Roy.
Now, the Rockets have gotten a turnover in Fayetteville territory. Can they capitalize again? Last time, an 85-yard drive after the interception. Now they got it in Tiger territory. Villazon back under center. He'll turn and give. Grissom just rolling forward across the 45, down to the 40, and just inside, and Grissom running hard, Noble.
T-Roy, I may be a little premature in this statement, especially since I've been watching the Rockets play all season and in previous seasons. But here's the thing. It seems like the coaching staff maybe have a shift in their mindset. It looked like Cohen Grissom may mess around and be the load tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of thought that at Gordonsville when he came in, and he's kind of teased. They've kind of teased giving him a lot of carries. Here tonight, he's got him. They go back to him again. He just keeps fighting forward. Gets hit a couple of yards in the backfield, and Noble, you don't see, they'll blow the whistle, but you don't see him go down.
He's not going down. And not only will he be the cowbell for the evening, Mr. Sweeney, but I cannot wait until halftime when Mr. Sweeney tell us, I'm going to go out on a limb, Mr. Sweeney. You know I'll stick my neck out there. Cohen Grissom, before the night's over, that young man there will touch the ball 25 times. And I don't know the last time we said that this year about a Rockets. He'll touch it 25.
He's rolling right now. They're in the eye. They're going to turn and pitch. William Bell blocking for Fletcher Fields, who tries to get outside, eludes the first tackle, and then gets hit by a sea of orange jerseys. A loss on the play, and, you know, when he comes into the contest, they're watching him.
They are watching him, T-Roy, and if they've done their film study, you're supposed to keep an eye on him, T-Roy. They're going to have to call, and Fletcher Fields is still down, T-Roy, so it's going to need some assistance.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be back.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's going to rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bob.
Fletcher off the field under his own power. It looked like he was holding his arm, but maybe by the time he got to the sideline, hopefully able to kind of shake that one off. They have to punt it away, and Fayetteville now, after the Cohen Grissom punt, will take over with 9:10 left here second quarter in a 7-0 game in favor of the Rockets, who, again, this one kind of setting up like Marion County. They've done what they've needed to do here early.
And Fletcher Fields, T-Roy, as you said, just maybe needed to shake it off because he has entered the game, re-entered the game.
Back in the contest, and this Rocket defense, they have been stingy all season long, Noble. Tonight, they've matched up really well against this Fayetteville offense.
They certainly have, T-Roy. Keep an eye on Sam Willoughby. He's not interested in holding the ball very long to pass, T-Roy.
Willoughby gives it on the pitch. Coming right and getting nothing. Great job in pursuit by the Rockets. That was Drew Glover getting there and making the stop, and that was an excellent job by Glover. He's a center on the offensive side of the football. He moved very well that time to get the Speedy back.
T-Roy, that deserves a repeat, my man. You should reiterate how special that is, my man. You're talking about a center on offense going on the opposite side of the field and bringing down a speedster running back like that, T-Roy. That's almost unheard of.
Very sure tackling tonight by the Rockets thus far. Give this time with some running room. getting into the secondary and being taken down after a first down carry. And that's really the first time that they've gotten much on the ground. That was Calvin Hughes on the carry, and for the first time tonight, they got into the second level.
They did, T-Roy, and you've seen a little bit of that athleticism. And the reason why I've been harping and hyping the fact that this defense is playing lights out is we see all the athleticism on the Tigers. It is special for the Rockets to be able to bring them down one-on-one without needing any assistance.
Man in motion. They're going to give again. Left side with some running room. Across the midfield stripe into Rocket territory all the way down to the 37-yard line. That's Fernando Leslie with the carry. And for the first time, though, they're beginning to find some creases.
Yes, indeed. Those holes seem to be appearing there this time, T-Roy. And it's going to have to be a case. I think the defense coordinator, Coach Bridges, is going to maybe have to dial up a couple blitzes or something and make a few gambles here.
They are creeping close to the line of scrimmage. Willoughby spins and fires. Left side pass caught down the sideline, and a quick gain on first down. Noble, that's what they've done with him successfully tonight, is just that one step, turn and throw.
And I tell you what, I got caught taking a gamble that time. Hats off to the Tigers coaching staff over there as well. They were expecting the Rockets to come, and they threw something very safe and quick.
Back to the line quickly, getting off another play. Middle of the field, scampering through the hole is 7, Kavion Henderson. And another good gain on first down. Rockets, they're having to try to adjust quickly. Fayetteville trying to go up-tempo, no huddle right now, and catch this Rocket defense trying to adjust.
We have a flag on the field, T-Roy. It will give the Rockets an opportunity to maybe take a slight breather as well as make a slight adjustment to this defense as they get in a replacement.
First time really that Willoughby has seen his running backs be able to generate some offense. The Rocket defense has been able to get through, tie those running backs up before they could get started for the most of this evening thus far. But on this drive, had a couple of times where they've gotten into the center of the field and had some running room.
And T-Roy, you have to assume that the coaching staff, I could be wrong, and I know how much high praise you've given Willoughby. I have to assume they're going to make sure they don't put the ball in harm's way. They're not going to give Willoughby too many opportunities to throw the ball down here, T-Roy.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think with throwing into coverage against Bell that first time, you have run the football pretty well right here. It's going to be, I think, the short passing, the quick passing game if they do anything here.
And here's the thing. Most of the pass attempts that he's had the luxury of throwing have been kind of short. He just hadn't been very effective with it, T-Roy.
From season to season, I've read and heard people talk about how much his accuracy has improved. Now, as you said, he can throw the football. He's got some heat on it. But right now, the touch part, it seems to be a little lacking.
It's the touch part, T-Roy, which throws off the accuracy. You got to have some touch on it, not only for the ball to hit the wide receiver where it needs to be, but wide receiver has a difficult time catching that ball when he's only 5 or 10 yards away from you with all that velocity.
Penalty on the Rockets after the play now in the red zone down at the 9-yard line. First and goal for the Tigers. They're going to look toward the sideline. Got plenty of time here as they want to make sure they get a good play call in.
They've had plenty of time to get a good play call in. I just hope it ain't that good, but they've had plenty of time to get it in.
Back to Willoughby's right. Get it, trying to come left, and that was another wonderful job. Man, Patrick has been on fire. His penetration has been great here tonight. Gets through again.
Yes, indeed. I got a little excited that time, T-Roy. I apologize. Coach Bridges, he's in the same mindset I'm in, T-Roy. Let's slow this Tigers offense down. Let's apply a little pressure. Get on through there, Patrick. Watch him in the gap, T-Roy, again.
Great job of taking down Henderson, and that is no small feat in space. Henderson very shifty, and that was a very sure tackle by Patrick.
When they go back and look at the film, T-Roy, they're going to be highly impressed with their ability to bring these running backs down one-on-one in open field.
Loss of 7, second and goal. Swung it out right side. Kavion Henderson makes the first man miss, gets to the corner, and he'll go out of bounds before Lindemann was able to get gloves on him. He'll take it out of bounds. It'll be third down and goal.
Tigers did exactly what you anticipate, T-Roy. They went very safe. They threw the ball, only had one wide receiver out there, and all they did was force Henderson to be able to make a play out there. Fortunately for the Rockets, they had the boundary to their advantage, the sideline here, and a lot of white jerseys able to pursue.
Back to where they started now, 3rd down and goal from the 8. And timeout will be taken here. Timeout. Rockets, 6:28 left here, second quarter, still 7-0 Forrest.
To the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back, Noble. It just goes to show you what you can do when you put a team behind the sticks. Even though it's goal-to-goal situation here, 1st and goal from the 8 immediately becomes 2nd and goal from the 16 due to the beautiful penetration and the hit by the freshman Jason Patrick.
And I'll tell you what, T-Roy, I know I've said it. I want to say it slightly different this time. The Rockets defense, Coach Bridges, they decided to take this fight to the Tigers. Rather than just sitting back and allowing the Tigers to do their thing, they bring the fight to them. And usually when you bring the fight to somebody, you come out successful most of the time.
And they've been able to do that because Willoughby hasn't been able to complete anything down the field. They've been able to take that step up. Willoughby fakes the give now. He'll quarterback, keep it into the end zone. Got just a little hole off the right side. No, he took a step left, got a seal block, and he got a great block there on that seal, allowed him to turn the corner and get into the end zone.
Not only what you just described is the X's and O's executed to perfection, but then when you mix in the dual threat, but when you mix in Willoughby's ability, his size and his speed, whenever he's able to take advantage of his core, the players around him, they make him better, T-Roy. I know he's a special gift, but that young man there with all those weapons he has around him, and then you come and he's a threat also. You got to watch out for Willoughby as well.
Fayetteville lining up for 2. They give it on the toss, and that's going nowhere. They wanted to go back on the reverse. Reggie Pearson says, nope, no, sir, not tonight, as he takes down Kavion Henderson. The point after try is no good, and it stays 7-6 Forrest with 6:18 left here in this second quarter. Let's keep it here for just a few moments. And, Noble, you think about it, how big is that?
You pose it slightly different. So I want to pose a question to you, but how big is that? That's huge right now because, one, the obvious answer is it keeps the Rockets ahead on the scoreboard. But here's the other thing. I have to ask myself. I know you do a lot of game study and you preparation. So my first question was twofold. One, what is the kicking game like for the Tigers for them to decide to go with a 2-point conversion? But here's my other part. Usually when you go for 2, you come out with whatever your best 2-point play is. I have to assume that couldn't have been a best 2-point play.
If it was, the Rockets made it look like it was number 10.
That certainly couldn't have been their best 2-point play. The alignment and the few options that they left themselves. There was all those white jerseys that showed up with nowhere for the running back to go. You can't design that play like that.
It's going to be Manny Eddings now to kick it off. 7-6 Forrest. Halfway through this second quarter here in Fayetteville. Season finale as Eddings will hammer this one. Taken by Bell, center of the field. Eli with it, looking for a block. Gets it, spins his way out across the 30, out to about the 33, 34-yard line where the Rockets will again get good starting field position.
And that's all you can ask for, T-Roy. You want to be able to get this offense an opportunity to not have the heels on the goal line and just effectively get the running game. And this allows the entire playbook to be open when you have starting position like this.
Yeah, nicely done on the return by Eli Bell. And again, like you say, Noble, come out here, you got plenty of field to operate with. First down and 10 from your own 33-yard line. Lots of time left in this first half.
The ball placement is key as well.
You get everybody in tight, trying to come wide with Fields. Fields turns the corner. The electrifying triple F. He is going to head down the sidelines. You can pucker up and kiss him goodbye. Triple F. The fantastic Fletcher Fields takes it to the house.
T-Roy, Peter has this queued up. I just told you that the ball placement is key. The reason why the ball placement is key, you have both sides of the field you can take advantage of. And look at the speedster there, T-Roy, the freshman phenom.
Running downhill. Noble, you can tell he is such a cerebral runner even as a freshman. He didn't go wide. He didn't go east and west. He was coming up the field. Even as he was trying to get the sideline, he was coming north and south.
You said it as best as I can. And tell you what, T-Roy, look at the momentum with this kick.
Kick is on the way, and that one slid left. No good. It'll stay a 7-point game, but Triple F has electrified this Rocket crowd. A 67-yard touchdown run for the fantastic freshman Fletcher Fields. Timeout on the field, 13-6 Rockets.
Town banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
It's the Forrest version of the quick strike offense. Triple F. Fletcher Fields, the fantastic one, takes it 67 yards, and it's 13-6. Grissom will hammer this one. And it will hit at the 2, fumbled and picked back up. With it, center of the field, shifting around, trying to break free, and now does so. Gets back into the middle of the field, and that one could be a penalty from behind. I thought it might be possibly a horse collar.
No,
as
sir.
Tegan Vanderplug
He
grabbed him down.
He grabbed him from behind, but he grabbed him right around the top of the 7. T-Roy did not go inside the shoulder pads. And I'll tell you what, T-Roy, you made me tickle. You made me giggle a little bit. You said the version for the Forrest, the quick strike, the hitter there, the one run there by. We were talking about Fletcher Fields during the break, T-Roy, and you mentioned something, and Mr. Sweeney both mentioned something as well. Not only the speed that Fletcher Fields showed, but the ability. And what's that word you used, Mr. Sweeney?
Cerebral.
Cerebral. I don't know what it means, but I've seen something that was very special for Mr. Fletcher Fields, and I loved every bit of it.
Man, he just flashes and jumps off the film when he can do those kind of things. Now Fayetteville back center of the field. It's a foot race, trying to cut it back right sideline. And finally taken down as Fields will stop Calvin Hughes. And now this thing has gone from a defensive standoff to a full-on offensive gunfight here.
I tell you what, T-Roy, the first quarter, you never would have anticipated that we would get a second quarter fireworks like we're getting.
First down and 10 Tigers. High snap. Kept this time. Willoughby gets to the sideline. He gets escorted out of bounds by Bryce Tankersley.
T-Roy, Willoughby did us a favor. He should have slowed down. He had a few blockers on the interior there that time. That's what I'm talking about. That's the difference that Mr. Sweeney was talking about. Fields has quickness, and he, as that cerebral word he used, he trimmed it down when he ran the ball. That time, Willoughby, with his speed, he tried to get outside so quick, and he did not do the X's and O's that the coach drew up. Didn't follow his blockers.
Just feel. It's just a great feel. He's got an innate ability, Fletcher Fields, to be able to find the spot he needs to be on the field. The great ones have it. You can't teach it.
Well said, sir.
13-6 game. Now Willoughby looking to throw. He'll pump, go across the middle this time. Caught for the touchdown. He put it right on number 19, Alex Young. That was a really nice throw across the middle. That's what we didn't see before.
It was a spiral, as all of them have been, but it was a little softer, T-Roy, and it fell right on his numbers. And if he had to drop that, that simply would have been on him. It was not thrown with too much velocity, and he set it right in his pocket, T-Roy.
Yeah.
If he had a hoodie on, it would have slid right in where you put your hands at.
Looked right, Noble. Just that one quick look. Then he came back, center of the field, had his guy streaking across the middle. And
they're calling this thing back, aren't they?
I missed something. I thought whatever occurred was after the play.
I did as well, Noble.
I got a little excited. And I was talking to you, T-Roy, and I took my mind off the game as well as my eyes. It's second down.
Yeah,
and
legal
and
procedure.
11.
Yeah, was the call. So it looks like Fayetteville is taking the place of the Rockets. They have put themselves in a position here where they see points come off the scoreboard.
They may not like the results if they continue this.
2nd and 11, back to the ground game. Going left now, cutting back right, center of the field, looking for it and finding the end zone. Really nicely done on the run by Calvin Hughes. Noble, he changed pace. He changed position on the field. He had a couple of nice cutbacks. That was a really nice run, very patient run by Calvin Hughes.
You just keep changing up the names, but that's a lot of weapons they have there. Now you're talking about Calvin Hughes, number 8. You've talked about Kavion Henderson. You've talked about Sam Willoughby, number 1. Kentius Henderson, number 13. It's a lot of weapons they have there, T-Roy.
13-12 game after the score. This time they're going to try to kick the extra point. 4:58 left here in this second quarter. Snap a little high. Kick on the way, and it is good. So the extra point by Colton Robinson knots this game at 13 apiece. We'll take a quick break.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Noble Tigers have been successful in that counter play. One quick step to the left and coming back right. They've had it set up and have had some success now with that play against the Rocket defense. Now the Rockets will have to adjust. There's a kickoff taken. Bell on a liner. Gets a couple of blocks. Now looks back right, trying to get to the corner. And he'll be taken down, but another pretty good return there by Eli's. He'll get it out to the 30.
Going back to the Tigers having success, T-Roy, as I was kind of thinking over the break, they have some different style running backs. As you see, regardless of what level of football, you have the little speedster, Kavion Henderson, and then you have Calvin Hughes, who works the interior that time. And as you said, he kind of weaved his way in and out, but he never had any anticipation of trying to go wide, T-Roy, as we have a Rockets down.
Yeah, I think Bell's still down. They'll attend to him. And Noble, this one has certainly been a very entertaining regular season finale. Both of these teams coming out here and really kind of warming up here in this second quarter.
I like the word entertaining, T-Roy. It's certainly, there's been a couple times you and I have kind of taken our eyes off the field of play, and it's just always something taking place, something transpiring out there. So this is one of those where you certainly don't want to go too far, no farther than the refrigerator.
Bell getting up. Looks like he's going to be okay. They'll get him over to the sideline. Hopefully can shake this one off. And Noble, I like the fact that we have seen the Rockets this first half do some things as far as what they've been able to do. They have been dictating to the defense right now as an offense what what they can do as a defense. They have worked the interior of the field with Grissom. Now they've come back outside with Fields. They've been able to throw the football a few times, really keep all their options open.
Fletcher Fields last time for 67. Now give it to him again for 69 or use him as a decoy.
And Mr. Sweeney, the ball is placed exactly in the same spot in the middle of the field. Both sidelines are wide open. The boundary is yours, Mr. Fields.
One receiver to the right side. This time they go back with the scissor. G Square gets outside. He'll carry a couple of would-be tacklers on for a couple more yards, and he'll get pretty close to his first down. Gain of about 8 on first down. But again, staying ahead of the sticks. They haven't had the costly penalties. They have been dictating what's going on tonight. That's something we haven't seen throughout this season.
And I'm glad you slowed it down and made it make sense to me, T-Roy, and anybody who's watching at home. Look at here, T-Roy, 2nd down and 4. The entire playbook is available to you. They are well ahead of the sticks.
Cantrell under center. Keep everybody in tight here as they go back to the ground. Working his way forward. Close to those sticks again. I believe that was Bell on the carry.
It was Liam Bell that time, T-Roy. And I tell you what, it's 3rd down and 1. It's 2 players probably you may anticipate getting the ball. One, you may hand it back off to Liam Bell, or you may call over there, number 25. What's your nickname for him?
Baby Bull.
Baby
Here he
Bull.
comes.
I tell you what, T-Roy, right on cue. Baby Bull has re-entered the contest. I tell you what, T-Roy.
He's got the mentality, though, Noble, that he's like, you know what? I know you all know I'm fixing to get it. I'm still going to stick it to you.
T-Roy, we're going this play clock is going to be an issue. You got Villazon coming in. You got Fields in, Cohen Bell, and the play clock is 4.
4, 3, 2, 1. Got it off. Give straight ahead Grissom. He's going to lurch forward, and he's going to pick up his first down. Cohen Grissom, and he got hit hard.
No doubt.
Yeah. He got twisted in that hole, and they're going to come out to attend to him. Let's take a quick break. It's tied up at 13.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Welcome back. Never good to see anybody get hurt, but the cool thing about it is his older brother, Gavin G Square, right there with him the whole time.
Am I my brother's keeper? G Squared, I expect nothing less of you, sir, to be right beside your brother at this particular time. Am I my brother's keeper?
We saw he's going to need some help getting off the field. No, we both saw it when he was going in the hole. He got rolled up. He's not being able right now to put any weight on that right leg.
Yeah, his leg, T-Roy. We did see it. We seen it live right there and knew it was going to be a challenge for him to walk off the field by himself. Yes, sir.
Now, if you're the Rockets, you got to say, hey, this guy's picked us up tonight. Let's pick him up.
Yes, indeed. They certainly got to do that. And I'm glad to see. Thank you, coaches, for picking him up because y'all know how I feel about a young man needing to walk off the field. Give me a little assistance.
Yeah. They're going to work on him over here on the sideline in front of us, and just hopefully I don't anticipate him being back tonight, but hopefully not something that's going to be a really big injury. They throw it down the field, pass caught. Down the field, Lindemann. It's a foot race down the sideline, and he is bumped out of bounds from behind. But again, big pass play from Cantrell to Lindemann, right over the outstretched defender's hands, just softly, like he was tossing an egg into Lindemann's waiting arms.
Watch Cantrell, patient, T-Roy. Look at him, patient, and Lindemann got behind the defenders that time. But I tell you what, it's Cantrell's ability to roll out and be patient with it and allow the play to develop, T-Roy.
And they've got it down the field again, first down with 2:43 left here in the quarter, and knocking on the door. Timeout's taken. We're going to keep it here right now. They could tend to Cohen over here on the sideline, and like I say, hopefully he will be okay. I don't anticipate right now a return, but let's just hope it's something not serious.
We saw Cantrell have a perfect night passing earlier in the season.
Yeah.
He's doing it again tonight. He's 4 for 4 guys with, let's see, 43, 44, 50, 67 yards. 4 for 4, 67 yards.
But, Ricky, where are they putting him? In positions to succeed.
Yeah,
he's not being asked
no
to.
pressure on that
Yeah.
pass. Whatever they did, they need to keep doing it. Yeah.
But when
right.
you can run like they're running and you're not getting the penalties, you put yourselves in position to where you can do those kind of things.
Exactly.
Because they can't come up on you on the line of scrimmage just daring you to throw the football. Now you've proved you can run the football. Now you got an option to say, hey, now we're going to throw it.
Got your mix going well, just like you want it. Perfect plan.
1st and 10 for the Rockets. One receiver, short side left. Cantrell will turn and hand it off. Looking for running room. Fields just kind of weaves his way through the hole. Not a whole lot there, but he made something out of nothing that time.
He did. Liam Bell provided a key block for him. Gravy Allen is downfield blocking as well, T-Roy. So right on the interior that time is where he had to make sure he stayed tight. So he did everything right.
Illegal shift on the Rockets will back this one up, and that's really the first time tonight we've seen a penalty hurt them in a drive. As Fields is going to trot off the field here.
If I can offer just slightly anything positive about what just transpired, it's still first down, T-Roy. And they certainly behind the sticks, but it's still first down. So what they need to do is have a nice pickup here, get those yards back and maybe 4 or 5 additional and try to get right back on schedule with these sticks.
2:25 with a couple of timeouts remaining in their pocket. Cantrell under center. Fakes the give, rolls right. He'll tuck it and keep it. Turns it upfield, and he'll be hit down. May have gotten his penalty yardage back, Noble.
Yes, he did, and he certainly did that T-Roy. So he got the penalty yards back. So now we still not necessarily ahead of the sticks, but not so far back that this cannot be effective. And time, T-Roy, I will say this, is not an issue.
No, not an issue at this point. 1:45 left, 2nd down and 9. Rockets now will split Villazon wide to the left side of the field. They're going to turn and give. Coming left, Eli Bell turns the corner. Bell down the sideline, and he is hit out of bounds very close to his first down marker.
Tell you what.
That was a nice burst.
It was a nice burst, and he got him right on schedule that time, T-Roy. Speaking about being on schedule, that train there is right on schedule there, Mr. Sweeney.
I think they're going to give him to the 6. That's a 9-yard pickup.
So he'll like a yard, though, but you like what you got right here. But you got to watch the clock as it's approaching a minute. You don't want to be too careless here and taking too much time off the clock. Now the official from the back. Did the Tigers take a timeout? Yes, they did. Timeout taken by Fayetteville. 1 minute, 1 second left here, second quarter. Deadlocked at 13.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
3rd and 1 from the 6. Don't need a field goal here. You want a touchdown. Cantrell will push forward, little tush push. And I'm not sure they had enough pushes on the tush to get him forward there, Noble.
No, they did not, T-Roy. That initial push that you need, everybody knows the initial push is key, and that initial push was in favor of the Tigers on defense, T-Roy.
No gain, so it's going to be 4th down. Clock still ticking, 39 seconds and counting. Noble, they got to get a first down, and then suddenly it's still a clock issue here. 30 seconds remaining. Just outside the 5, 4th down and less than a yard.
Another push, T-Roy, maybe a push from Liam Bell.
25 seconds left, and Fayetteville, I think. Let's see if this one's going to go on the Rockets or the Tigers. Nope, Fayetteville called a timeout. And that is a godsend for the Rockets. 22 seconds left, and Noble, again, this is something we've seen them have some issues with, is clock management late in the half. There were 2 minutes left when you said, hey, clock is no problem. We got 22 seconds left. You not only have got to get a first down, you've got some clock, you've got a couple of timeouts in your pocket, but you don't want to get too lackadaisical here. You got to have, I feel like you got to have 6 out of this drive.
Yeah, you can still have, I'm with you on that. We still got the 2 timeouts, but we're going to mess around and just have enough maybe for 1 or 2 more plays.
Exactly.
The time that we take to get the play off, it's a little had it going our way for a minute, man. It's kind of off the tracks just a touch.
You got the full complement of the playbook left, but first of all, now you got to worry about getting the first down first.
Now, T-Roy, let's not lose sight. Now, had they not called timeout, it would already be first down. Now, let's not lose sight of that. We would already have a first down if they didn't call that timeout. We would have got half the distance.
But the clock's going to continue to run. Fields trying to get wide. Fletcher looking for the corner. Now he cut it back inside. I think he got his first down. Now they got to get a timeout. Got to get a timeout. They're saying he didn't make it.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Let's see that one again.
From my vantage point, we don't have the ability to know, but I certainly thought once he turned that corner, he got what he needed.
Oh, I did too. I thought he had that one.
Oh, yeah, they got to measure that. He's on the
Look
line.
where he's getting. Look where he's laying down at.
Well, they don't have the luxury of instant replay.
Oh my goodness! All he had to do was get to the 5. Let's see that last little portion of that. Yeah, look where he's getting up at. Wow.
Got a horrible spot.
They got a really bad spot. 14 seconds left here, and wow. This is just the kind of luck they've had, to be honest with you. Now, look where they put the football at.
They put it at the 5.5-yard line to make it official that he didn't get to the 5. But
when he cut back in, he got his first down. I will go to my grave thinking that.
And I tell you what, T-Roy, our vantage point, that's all the way on the far side of the field, on the other boundary. Boy, it's kind of hard. You can't debate with the man in the stripe because he's right there on the play, and we're all the way over here. T-Roy, would have been nice to have that on this side of the field.
They tried to go wide and basically score there, I think. Willoughby, they spread it out. He'll get it center of the field, get hit down, and they're going to run this first half of action out. And what a first half it's been so far. Plenty of excitement, plenty of intrigue late in the half. Well, they will take, looks like they are going to square it up for a first down and run the clock out after they set the football. So first half has come to a close here in Fayetteville. Ooh, we're going to talk about it here at halftime. 13-13, Rockets and the Tigers locked up here at halftime.
Advanced Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Welcome back here at halftime. 13-13 ball game, and not without our share of intrigue late in the half. Rockets with the football, 4th down and half a yard at about the 5.5 yard line, 6 yard line. 22 seconds left. You got timeouts in your pocket on 4th down. They go wide to Fletcher Fields. By what we saw here when he made the cutback, even though he went wide, when he turned the corner, I thought he had his first down. He'd gotten inside the 5. Officials, of course, did not see it that way. 4th down, turns it over. There again, momentum for the Rockets. You go in right now feeling like you played extremely well, won this first half, but it's 13-13.
And that's going to have a factor when they come out here in the third quarter as well, because that young kids, they don't forget a lot of stuff, and it's going to stick in their minds, I'm afraid. I hope they can put it out of their minds, but young kids like to hold on to stuff.
Devil's advocate here. I'm trying to think of a way to say this. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. You pride yourself in being a physical football team. Now, I will say this. You did not have Cohen Grissom in the game. You got to feel like he gets that football, but you've got a Liam Bell over there who has been your bell cow, no pun intended. But you feel like as a physical football team, that's what you pride yourself in. At that point, I'm thinking, hey, either you get Cantrell and burrow him forward and push behind him, or you give it to Bell and feel like, hey, you're my senior, you go get me that first down.
He's got those yards all year long. He's got those tough yards when you need them, and Liam Bell has. I like that.
Now, I will say, even though it would not have been what we would have picked, I think they got the first down. I think Fields, I think he turned the corner and got inside the 5. Now, we were a little late getting the replay hit on it. We got where he ended up, and you could see him laying on the turf at the 4. So
that's inside the 5.
That's inside the 5. I just really feel like right now it's more or less not only a loss, I think mentally is the big thing right now. You have really taken it to Fayetteville. You have done everything right in this first half. You've only had the one penalty. You overcame it. You're knocking on the door. You got 20 seconds plus left in the first half. A couple of timeouts. You score right here. It's 20-13 heading into the locker room, and you walk in as Coach Stevenson and say, look, hey, fellas, this is what we want to do. We have dictated to Fayetteville what and how this game has been played in the first half of action, and it all turned right there in that last play.
I said this in the pregame. We got to quit looking in the rearview mirror and forget a lot of stuff, what's happened in the past. They got to do this in the third quarter. They got to go out and forget that and look through the windshield and start back like the success they had and taking the game to them, as you said, Noble. And they got to forget what happened. I know it's hard, and I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be real hard. I don't know if I can do it, but you got to do it.
Yeah, but I'm going to say this. These kids have come out here and really – what did they have to play for tonight? I know we've talked about, we're either going to go to East Robertson or Smith County, but they've lost 4 games in a row. They've lost them in dramatic fashion against Marion County. Last week against Moore County came out kind of just for the first time in a while, punched them in the mouth and just wore them down. So they come out here tonight and you say, well, what do we have to play for really, other than just kind of pride? So class, pride, tradition, they have absorbed that, because here you take your hats off to what they did in this first half of action. They came out here and they were ready to play tonight. You give the players and the coaches a great amount of credit for the way they have come out here in this first half.
Yeah, to my count with the stats, we've outgained them by about almost by 70 yards or so. So no problem with running the ball and passing the ball. We Cantrell tonight, perfect in the first half.
Ricky, if you've got them, let's go ahead and look at them.
Rockets 24 rushing attempts tonight for 159, 4 of 4 passing for Cantrell, 67 yards. Villazon 0 for 1, but Cantrell a perfect 4 of 4 for 67 yards. 226 is your total offense tonight for your Rockets in the first half. Fayetteville only 17 rushing attempts, but they made the most of them. 121, 5 of 7 passing for 33 yards. Had that big one called back. 154 is your total number of offense for Fayetteville tonight. So 24 offensive plays for Fayetteville and 29 for the Rockets. So ball control, again, back to the Rockets. And pretty even game, and it shows on the scoreboard, 13-13.
And T. Roy, what caught my attention, Mr. Sweeney was talking about there. Mr. Sweeney, I was taking an opportunity to look at your stats there and the calculation. One, we heard quite often about Sam Willoughby coming in number 1 for the Tigers. I look at the passing stats for Cantrell. Cantrell has him in the passing category. Doubled him up, and not only doubled up Willoughby, but for the offense, total offense of the Rockets, 29% of that is in the passing game. And that's what I've been asking for all season, is to be able to at least threaten the pass.
It goes back to what Troy said. You can't be they know we're not one-dimensional at that point. And you play football for the moment that you're in right there. And that moment was good for the Rockets while we had it going.
Hey, they've been, and give the coaching staff credit, they came out here and they've had a game plan, and they have executed it very, very well. They have mixed in the run. They have mixed in the pass. They've opened it up a little bit. This offense has been much more dynamic here in the first half. But, again, when you've got a small margin for error, that one hurts.
Yeah, that we keep coming back to that, and we had it again. Don't want to see it, but we saw it.
Yeah, and again, you go back at halftime and you tell these guys, hey, whatever it was that you talked about before you came out here tonight, the mentality that you had, we've got to maintain that, because you see, fellas, hey, we got a chance to win this game still. We got a chance to go into the playoffs with some momentum, and, you got a chance at that point. You feel good about what you're doing. You've ran the ball well. You've thrown the football well. You go into a playoff game saying, you know what, hey, we can do this.
And the same thing that you all talked about, Mr. Sweeney, whatever allowed them the ability, the mental fortitude to get over that 4-game hump, it's the same thing that they're going to have to lean on in order to come out and play this second half.
Yeah, folks, we've just kind of, if you're wondering what's going on, we've kind of got the camera angle out of here. They are going to escort Gavin Grissom off in the ambulance. I mean, not Gavin, it's Cohen, I'm sorry. But
I'm glad they're doing it while the team is not seeing that.
Yeah.
So they come back out. They'll miss him, of course, but I think seeing that in person might have a little bit of. You could tell us a little bit more about that. That's what your field is, Noble.
Yeah, well, you got to keep in mind what that does. There's a level of impact that has on you mentally, I know we use the word and we hear it quite often, but seeing things like that is a kind of a form of trauma. So you have those impacts and those experiences or whatever, and what it does, it has an impact on you seeing literally one of us brother out there, but as you all know, loosely these young men use the context of family and brothers. So to see your brother in a situation like that, it takes a mental toll on you.
Fellas, with that being said, let's take a break. We'll be back with more here at halftime, not at 13.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agents Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Riding high, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Riding high.
Hometown banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technologies such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our two other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
Welcome back here at halftime. 13-13 ball game as they have escorted Cohen Grissom away by ambulance. We only, hope and pray that the injury is not extremely serious. But, folks, I think with us, we have, come to appreciate what this community means. I think we have been somewhat traumatized by some of those things when we saw what happened with Micah seeing that ambulance out on the field. We see that here tonight. And of course, the one constant was this community, the bleachers, they came together, everybody rallied and prayed before he left. Now
that's what we need to see more of right there.
That's what
everything else is after that.
Yeah, everything else becomes minor, but
that's a close knit stuff there. That's good. That's good stuff.
And you said it well, T. Roy. Trauma. For those who have researched it and studied it, Mr. Sweeney, a smell, a certain sound, any small thing, just you don't know what that'll do. And as Troy so eloquently put it, these young men here have been in the community for a while, and they've seen things take place on the gridiron, and you don't know what that stirs up inside of a young man.
Got the individual stats for you folks. Fletcher Fields for the Rockets, 4 carries, 73 yards. One of those a big 67-yard touchdown strike. Liam Bale, 1 carry for 2 yards. Cohen Grissom leaves the game tonight, 8 carries, 28 yards, and an 8-yard touchdown run. Aiden Cantrell, got your quarterback sneaks in there tonight, 2 carries for 5 yards. Eli Bell, 4 carries for 36. A great night for him. Very positive yard, huge positive yards each time he's touched it. Ben Villazon, 1 for -3, and Gavin Grissom, G squared, our old buddy, 4 carries for 18 yards in tonight's game. For Fayetteville, Fayetteville City, Calvin Hughes, 6 carries, 87 yards. He had a 23-yard touchdown run. Sam Willoughby, the quarterback, 5 carries for 31. He had an 8-yard touchdown run. Alex Young, 1 carry for -10. Kavion Henderson, 4 carries for 4. And Fernando Leslie, 1 carry for 9 yards. We're in a 13-13 game here. We're about ready for third quarter action.
Mr. Sweeney, I won't have the luxury of speaking to all these fans in the crowd here, but I will speak to you as a member of the community. I certainly appreciate what I witnessed tonight. I've seen not only the community praying and coming together in unity for the young man, Cohen Grissom, but I also seen prior to that, I seen them really get behind him. I seen them cheering him on, and I seen as he was being taken out of the game, how they was rooting him on and cheering from over here to put him back in the game. So I certainly appreciate them being with him for the highs and the lows. And I thank you, Mr. Sweeney, for you exhibit that every time I'm around you as well.
I want to thank you, friend, for that. And this is just a good place to live, and I appreciate that. And we've had a good following, all the broadcast years with Chris and I and Larry Chapman at times, Rojo, and we're so glad that you two guys have come to fill the void there that Chris left. And man, you've done a wonderful job and with all that, and you guys have seen this evolve. This community
it's a special place.
Can and will be a great, yes, it is.
It's what you think of when you write down Friday Night Football. It's kind of what you envision. We've seen, I think about when we went to Gordonsville, that atmosphere. You go to Forrest, you see that atmosphere. This mid-state area, you see the small town. It's still the focus on Friday night of what you want to see and just how this community becomes involved. And I think too it's an extension, because I think everybody gets so excited. I know I do, because Grissom runs so hard. I mean, he runs with such reckless abandon. It's just easy to get absorbed in what he's doing.
And the crowd gets electric. I tell you what, I'm trying to remember. I think it was maybe was it Gordonsville? I think it was Gordonsville where the crowd got electric, right? When Cohen Grissom was, it was Gordonsville, and every time it's just special to see. I don't know what the number of the crowd here is, but whatever the number is, whenever he goes in, they get excited.
Man, I've got to tell you, we passed on a couple of scores. Marion County, I guess they got tired of everybody talking about they were the worst 9-0 team in the state. They took the whipping. I mean, they took the paddle out, and they're just whipping Cascade right now. 27-3 at halftime.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head again.
Well, they still have corporal punishment in schools, T. Roy, so they may have taken the paddle out. Just in case of how many licks they gonna give them.
Exactly. Speaking of licks, Pearl Cone right now at halftime beating Marshall County. That's the other one that everybody's kind of kept a close eye on. 21-7 Firebirds at halftime there of a matchup of 9-0 and 8-1 teams. We look around at some of the games that we've seen throughout this season, and sometimes it's just hard to predict how things are going to go at halftime. Now, this is another one. Loretta is undefeated, 9-0. We saw the Mustangs, of course, ruin the the Rockets season early on last year in Game 3. They're beating 8-1 Mount Pleasant 41-27 at halftime.
And you know what's so special about everything you're saying? You're talking about final game of the regular season, and every game you highlighting is meaningful. They all mean something, T-Roy.
This one is meaningful as well. The Rockets looking to get out of here with a region victory, square themselves at 2-2 in region play, head into the playoffs next week with a little momentum as a 3 seed rather than a 4. And right now they're playing for their fallen brother right now, Cohen Grissom. You got to think, hey, they're trying to tell each other, hey, we do not want what we did in that first half. We do not want to see it go by the wayside.
Yeah, if you could catch if we could be a part of the 12th man, if everybody here would stand up and be the 12th man right now, that might show the Rockets.
I felt that tonight, though, fellas. I think really this season, in that first half, I really felt like everybody was kind of in that energized, ready to play mode tonight. I think fans, I think myself, all of us, I think very encouraged, very energized at what we saw.
I tell you what, gentlemen, I just had a relief come over me. I was watching number 4, Gavin Grissom. The young man ran out on the field. He has the football in his hand. He's placing it on the tee. He looks to be centered on what's at stake here. And you all know, like I know, nobody's heart is pumping any harder than Gavin Grissom. And if he can get his mind right, then he'll get these brothers of his part of the Forrest Rockets team. They'll get right behind him, and maybe they can rally this thing to a victory here tonight.
Grissom ready to put it in the air, and, of course, very emotional as he got into the ambulance before Cohen was taken out of here. Gavin will hammer this one high and deep, taken at the goal line, center of the field. Looking for running room and not finding an awful lot is Kavion Henderson. Good special teams coverage by the Rockets, and the Tigers will take over at their own 20.
Great coverage that time, T-Roy. Lane assignments.
I think the one thing we got to find, and Nova, I think I even kind of think it myself, there's got to be somebody that makes the play that gets everybody back into this thing. There's got to be something electric, because everybody right now I think is kind of thinking about what happened, maybe a little down at this point. There's got to be somebody that takes that big next step.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Sweeney, you know me. I'll gamble a little bit. I'm putting my money on the senior, 6', 295-pound Gavin Grissom. That's the young man I'm talking about going to make the play. When he make the play will be made, and they'll get behind him. That's who I got my money on, T-Roy. Number 4 will make the play you're seeking tonight.
I want them defensively right now. Maybe they can get the job done here against Fayetteville. It was a good first half. Fayetteville had a good couple of drives late. Now let's see if the Rockets were able to make the adjustments in the locker room.
And this will be key, T-Roy, very key to be able to establish continue what you established in the first half on defense.
Now, we didn't see Willoughby be able to complete anything down the field until late in the half.
And actually, it wasn't much that he completed past 15 yards.
Again, quick throw, sideline caught, got a couple of blockers in front with a head of steam, and that time just a numbers game, Noble. They got him over there with a couple of guys in front of him.
And speaking of numbers game, T-Roy, I got to ask you, I hadn't seen any film on Willoughby. I don't know if his stats might be fluffed up a little bit. He might have played the whole season throwing the ball like this and just letting the athletes pick up yards after catch.
Right. You got to wonder that. You see the stats and you think, hey, they're doing something. I know they've got great athletes, but right now, as you said, they haven't been able to go down the field with it with any regularity at all.
And so maybe whatever numbers he come into this contest with, it may be a case he just been dinking and dunking all season, and they just been doing the rest of it for him.
It is pretty easy to dink and dunk when you got the speed on the outside.
I won't debate that at all. I do not. I can't retort that at all. No, sir.
but we want a little flash rather than just the easy stuff sometimes.
Yes, indeed, because you see big numbers and big gaudy numbers, and you start to say, oh, that's a special talent or whatever. But I think it's the cast around him that heightens him up, T-Roy.
First down and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the 36-yard line, just underway here, third quarter in a 13-13 game. Fayetteville looking to clinch a home game next week. Rockets looking to get a 3 seed.
It's there for the taking.
Give coming right. Getting through once again, Drew Glover. Ball on the ground.
That's
Did
Rockets'
the Rockets
ball.
Get it? Yes, sir.
That's Rockets' ball, T-Roy. Look at that. Are you talking about it? There it is. There it is. Reggie Pearson, T-Roy. Don't hesitate about it. There it is. Reggie Pearson doing a great job. That's your senior there. And I may be mistaken, T-Roy. I might have missed it. I thought it was 64.
It was Glover, yes.
Yeah, Glover again. Out in there, and I don't know if he was the one who knocked it loose also. I've seen him wrap him up, but I don't know if he was the one who knocked it loose.
Rockets did gang tackle. They punched it free, and now they take over at the 34-yard line of Fayetteville. 11:28 left here, third quarter. Now can the Rockets put some points on the board? Cash in on this turnover. One receiver left side of the field. They go back to the ground, and here comes Eli Bell. Nice cut inside. Bell with a good job running. Great vision by Bell as he just continued to weave his way down the field in the hole.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. Excellent blocking that time. I think it was Gravy Allen maybe sealed on the inside. I missed who actually kicked out, but it was a big old gaping hole that time, and you couldn't beat that, T-Roy. Here we go. A case, like you said, we'll establish the running game in the first half, come back out, and continuing to pick up where they left off.
9 for Eli Bell. He had a really nice first half. They go back to him again. Little stutter step trying to get outside, reverses field, and finds a lot of orange jerseys there. Lost a few yards as when he went initially to try to reverse his field, that was when the pursuit got there.
And it was second down and very short, T-Roy, and this kind of puts us behind the sticks this time and almost may quite possibly force us into a passing situation.
I'd say 2 down territory right here. Third down and 5.
All for that, sir.
This would be G-square range, but they've had trouble with the snap in the hole, so you got to think this is 2 down territory. They give to Fields. Fletcher looking wide. He'll cut it along the sideline, pick up his first down, and I can be 100% certain in saying he got the first down that time.
And I'll tell you what, T-Roy, I don't know, but he had them sealed off on the edge. He used his speed that time to be able to get it. Watch all the white jerseys out there, T-Roy. He got the ball, had a full steam ahead. Watch that full steam ahead, and look at the key block out there. I think it was Eli Bell out there, and I can't miss who the other one was, but he did an excellent job of not going out of bounds and turning it back inside.
Very nicely done by Fletcher. Triple F. Turned in an A+ effort right now.
Yes, he has.
10:38, clock moving. They go inside scissor to G-square. G-square cuts it back inside, and he finds the plush green grass of the end zone.
My man.
Square with a TD.
Hey, I don't know if Hollywood has a script already, but I tell you what, go ahead and get the playwrights together. I know it is Hollywood time, my man. You can't write this up any better than this, my man. This is exactly what you asked for. Give the folks at home what they asked for, T-Roy. I tell you what, this is a special moment.
G-square, that was a really nice cutback to get himself into the end zone. Point after try in the air, and this one hammered right down the middle. And with 10:30 left here, third quarter, new score, Rockets 20, Tigers 13.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
not going away, fellas. Great job by the Rockets. They had a tough situation for them. Seeing Cohen Grissom get taken off in that ambulance, they come out here and they get it together. Force the turnover and then score with G Square as Fayetteville fumbles the kickoff. They'll get it back upfield, and the Tigers will take over with pretty good starting field position on this drive, but what a response by the Rockets.
I tell you what,
I like it.
A huge response. Exactly what was needed. Defense came out, T-Roy, gave them excellent field position, and the offense did exactly what they needed to.
Hey, just take your hats off to this group. I mean, you know, they have had a tough season. They could have folded their tents by now. This is what you call intestinal fortitude, class pride, tradition. It's all on display right here. Take your hats off to this group.
And I tell you what, it's certainly it's remarkable, T-Roy, because the character that it's building for these young men this season, that kind of character there will stay with you when you get to be a grown man.
Exactly. And these guys have come out and just battled here tonight. And to see what they've overcome thus far, fellas, they deserve a good break.
They certainly do. And usually that's how life works out, my man. You get your lumps and your bruises, but the break is on the breakthrough.
Inside, the handoff goes in Fayetteville. Using that inside game right now, Noble, they tried to kind of exploit the Rockets outside early in the contest without a lot of success. Now they've tried to go inside with it.
They did, and Gavin Grissom in on the tackle, T-Roy, so doing it in all three phases, my man. He's doing it on offense, doing it on defense, and he's certainly doing it on special teams. All three phases, Gavin Grissom, G-Square.
Pick up of 7 on first down. Fayetteville trying to get the play off quickly here. 3 receivers to the right as they go quickly that way. Swing pass caught. Rockets get up in pursuit, and great job by Tankersley as he sniffed that one out and made an excellent tackle in the open field.
Tell you what, T-Roy, you've heard me say it many times over the last decade or so. That is hard to do, what you just seen Bryce Tankersley do.
Yes.
5'9", 160 out in space to bring an athlete down like that. Beautiful play, Bryce.
Loss of a yard, 3rd down and 4 now for the Tigers. 2 receivers, short side right. Willoughby's going to run to the wide side of the field, and he gets taken down from behind. What a job in pursuit. And Noble, we got to see who's getting off the bottom of the pile. We got to give credit there.
That's
Was
Reggie
that
Pearson. That's Reggie
Was
Pearson,
that
T-Roy. That's Reggie Pearson. Let's be real clear who that is. That's your senior, T-Roy, and we don't want to slight him. That's 6'3", 230-pound senior Reggie Pearson, number 68, and he slammed him to the ground.
Man, that would have been like professional bull riding. That was like collaring him and taking him down.
Remind the folks at home how big Willoughby is. How big
Willoughby's
is Sam Willoughby?
6'7". I think his weight was listed at like 195.
Well, he looked lightweight today right there, Reggie Pearson said.
Ooh, I was bulldogging right there. Just took him down. 4th down and 4 now. They'll be forced to punt it away. Punt out of there. Spiraling punt. Driving Fields back. He backpedals and calls for the fair catch at about the 25-yard line, where the Rockets will take over with 8:19 left here in this 3rd quarter, leading 20-13. And fellas, can you imagine? Can they take it down and score right here?
I tell you what, not only take it down and score right here, but T-Roy, you know me, I like to step out on a ledge. The defense right now, they just had a 3-and-out, had a turnover on the first drive. What about if the defense come out second half and pitch a shutout? I know I'm a little premature, but this offense that we seen that was so powerful and so electric in the first half gets shut out in the second half. How about that?
Ricky talked about it, averaging about 20 a game. They're sitting at 20 with 8:19 left here in the 3rd quarter. As they go inside this time. Not a lot of running room there as Fayetteville clogs it up. But, again, fellas, they're showing all aspects tonight. Liam Bell running center of the field. They're not going exclusively outside. They're trying to run inside, keep them honest. They're doing things right now to keep the defense back. They're not allowed to take that first step forward because the Rockets are doing some different things offensively here tonight.
Mixed it up again, different. Brought in Villazan for Cantrell.
Give coming left, Bell. Cuts it back inside. Eli with a little bit of a hole. Taken down as he got there by Calvin Hughes. But Bell was about a step away from breaking that one, Noble.
He was, and he got that initial block that time, T-Roy. Kick out block that time, number 57, Jackson Blakemore. He's having a superb game tonight. 6'2", 285-pound junior.
3rd down and 5 now as Bell will come to the sideline. He appears to be a little dinged up. Fletcher Fields will check in. Here comes Branham Haynes with a play. 7.5 minutes left here, 3rd quarter. 2013 Rockets. Big 3rd down here. 3rd and 5. Ball at their own 30-yard line. Man in motion, Fields. They're going to get it coming right on the jet. Fields turns the corner. Triple F. Can we say it, Noble?
First down?
First down.
I've been around you a long time, and I also want to say this, T-Roy. I want to take my hat off to the coaching staff. They have been doing an excellent job tonight of when they bring Fields in. They've been taking him to the wide side of the field.
Yes.
They have taken him to the wide side of the field. They have allowed this young man the luxury of showcasing his skill set.
And he has electrifying speed. Fields on the evening, 6 carries, 102 yards for the freshman.
Say that again?
6 carries, 102 yards for the freshman.
I didn't know you could get 102 yards on 6 carries, man.
Pretty nice when you chunk 67 of them in one play, though.
Oh, that is how that works, isn't it?
1st and 10 from just outside the 40. Cantrell looking to throw. Scrambles around, looks, throws middle of field, passes incomplete, intended for G Square at the Tiger 45, and a pretty well thrown football by Cantrell.
It was.
I think it's Villazon.
It's
number 2.
That was Villazon, okay.
Yes, indeed, and you said it right, Mr. Sweeney. That was a nice pass. The only place that could have been gotten that time by G Square, and I tell you what, G Square made an effort after it.
Yeah.
He got down low to the ground to go for it that time.
2nd down and 10 now.
And you know what that did? It let the Tigers know that whenever Villazon's in, it's not always going to be a handoff or a run.
Everybody in tight. They're going to give Fields. Cuts it back inside. Now tries to get outside. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. The one difference tonight, fellas, that we have seen is that the Rockets have not had the self-inflicted wounds that we have seen throughout this season. They played a pretty clean football game, and with that, they've been able to move the sticks.
And I'll tell you what, not only have they not had the self-inflicted wounds, a lot of times when they had them, they were at inopportune times.
Yes.
They were times when they certainly did not need them to take place.
3rd down and 11. Loss of 1 on the play. They've got to get it to the Tiger 49. Under 6 minutes left here, 3rd quarter. Cantrell rolls right, looks and fires. Pass is caught. Eluding would-be tacklers. Getting his 1st down and more. Ben Villazon. Or wait a minute, he was at the sticks a yard down the field. Can I say that he got a 1st down?
You can now.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm a little salty about that no call.
It's clear, T-Roy, and I tell you what, watch this. Watch Coach Eli Stevenson. Watch him roll his quarterback out. And watch the protection there by the running backs. And after the play, that's Villazon showing you that athleticism, and you have spoken highly about Villazon as a 2-sport athlete since I met him.
That was just fight by Villazon. Nicely done by Ben. 1st down at the Tiger 47-yard line. Little collision that time between Rockets as they get it to G Squared, and he'll pick up about 3 on 1st down. And they kind of hold on to his foot a little bit, and getting a little chippy out there. There's been a little chat back and forth, not about how's the weather outside, I don't think.
Yeah, I think there is something going on out there right now.
The game means a lot.
It
gentlemen.
does.
The game means a lot.
And we're doing what we need to now. Ball control, take some time off that clock. 4:43 to go.
The one thing is, fellas, they are not backing down at all. They are taking the fight to the Tigers.
Done it since opening snap.
And I recommend that to anybody if you find yourself in a fight. Take it to them.
2nd down and 8.
I love you, Noble.
Give.
Love you too.
Bell with a stiff arm, trying to get outside. Liam dragged down after 2 or 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down now for the Rockets. 3rd down, we'll call it about 6. As Fletcher Fields will check into the game.
Now,
here comes Lindemann as well.
T-Roy, keep an eye. Keep an eye. I have no idea what they may run this particular time, but I'll tell you what. The wide side of the field is coming directly to us. what we've seen all night. Fletcher Fields has had the luxury of coming back this way, countering, coming this way. Fletcher Field is in the slot to the right. Let's see if he comes back this way, Mr. Sweeney.
Rockets looking it over. 7 on the play clock. Man in motion. They give it Fields. Fields cuts it between tacklers. Spins out of it. First down. Fields down the sideline, and he will tightrope it. Did he get there? They pushed him out of bounds at about the 3.
T-Roy, I love when the game is easy. Fletcher Fields lines up on the right hash over there in the slot. He goes in motion like he's been all night.
I got goosebumps. Watch this. Ooh, spin-a-rama.
Oh, is that the B button or the A button on the video game,
Man,
T-Roy?
I think that was both at the same time, man.
Hey, I tell you what, not only the spin, but he spun into acceleration. Now, you got to be gifted not only to spin and then come out of spin faster than you went into the spin. That's like a cycle.
Hey, that was electricity, courtesy of Fletcher Fields. First and goal, Bell ram it forward. Burrows his way down to about the 2-yard line. And now we got a little extracurricular now is they're locking up. We got a melee going in here. Flags everywhere.
Well, Mr. Sweeney said it was a meaningful game and a lot going on. They are emptying the stands. I don't think we can do that, though.
Hey, man, we're ready to rumble on both sides here.
I think everybody's in the stand. We lost our eligibility. We can't go on the field, but it's gotten interesting out there. And now what we got to do is see how they assess this. Oh, they letting some people go, ain't they?
I believe there's going to be some folks that will not get to see the field again here.
I think 27 may be gone.
Yeah. They're going to go over to the Fayetteville sideline now, so that would tell me there are going to be some people that will not be seeing the field again tonight.
27. He didn't look very happy. What's his name?
Peter, I'm not sure. Did we have a replay on that? Did you hit one on that one? I just want to check because maybe we can see what happened after the play was over with.
And T-Roy,
it's okay.
What part I was able to catch, we had to have one of the Rockets take one of the Tigers off of one of the Rockets who was on the ground.
Hey, and they did a really nice job of that. That was like just picking up a cat and by the nape of the neck and throwing it out of the way.
And you have to be careful, T-Roy. With all the emotions that the Rockets have tonight, they are the ones who stand composed. That's pretty special. And you certainly don't want to get the Rockets reared up and try to get on top of one of them with all the emotion they have tonight.
Where has this been? This is winning football. I mean, this is what you expect out of this group. They have done the things tonight to be successful.
I'll tell you what, T-Roy, this is a winning formula, though. I don't care what color jerseys you have. I don't care what your mascot's name is. This is a winning formula for football.
Half the distance to the goal on the personal foul. But it tells me right now that what's happening is they've gotten in the Tigers' heads right now.
Yeah, I think
it's the emotional piece. The Rockets are maintaining their composure, and the Tigers, again, they have lost it, T-Roy. And if you got a team that have lost their composure and they find themselves down 2 touchdowns, they'll pretty much be out of the game here right after this.
Second and goal from the 2. Turn, give, Bell, slams it forward, give him his jersey number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Liam Bell from 2 yards out.
Liam Bell looked like he was counting along with you, T-Roy. He was a little excited. He looked like he was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and he went straight right off that left side there, T-Roy. And that was just mano-y-mano. We're just going to line it up and go straight at you.
Nothing simple, just nothing. I mean, nothing complicated about it. We're just coming at you, see if you can stop us. And right now, the Rockets having their way up front. Point after try, G square. This one high, but it gets through. And with 2:43 left here in the third, it's the Rockets by 14 at 27-13.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Welcome back. 2:43 left here in this third quarter. Rockets out of the locker room. Couple of scoring drives. Liam Bell from 2 yards out slams it home. It's now 27-13. And the cheerleaders getting a workout over here.
And I think not only out of the locker room, but I think the Tigers have only run 6 plays. I might be wrong. They've only run 6 plays in the second half.
This right now is just bully ball. I mean, the Rockets are bullying the Tigers right now. Grissom hammers this one deep. Taken left sideline. With a little crease, but taken down like Luke Swihart over there with some help as well on the special teams. And for the Tigers, they got to find an answer.
There may not be an answer tonight, T-Roy. As coach sometimes say, sometimes it's just not your night. This may not be the Tigers' night, T-Roy.
Boy, I'm telling you, for this group, I'm so happy that it is right now. We still got a quarter plus to go, but right now I'm happy that it is their night. They have had to deal with a lot of adversity this year, and this is a great group of seniors.
It certainly is. And this regular season game, I tell you what, opportunity to finish 500.
Give inside. Fayetteville back to the ground game and picking up a big chunk there in the first down is Hughes again. Hughes has been really effective between the tackles.
He has. I think Gavin Grissom that time was trying to pull the ball out of his pocket that time. The reason why he was able to pick up those last 3. Heads up play though, Gavin.
Tigers with some success in the middle of the field, and Noble, they don't have to get away from that right now. There's still plenty of time as they go right back to the ground. Once again, the bruising Hughes. Center of the field, cuts it left before being finally taken down by Villazon, but another huge chunk play by the Tigers as they advance it all the way down to the Rocket 33.
Calvin Hughes, T-Roy, that little linear line, that young man, he doesn't deviate any more than 2 yards to the left or 2 yards to the right.
It's 9 for 131 for the young man. He's had a great game.
He's like a little Maurice Jones-Drew, like a little cannonball, just running middle of the field on the loose. First down, Tigers back to the ground game. Just plowing forward center of the field across the 30, down to about the 29. As Henderson gets the carry that time.
I tell you what, Kavion Henderson, even though he was electric in the first quarter, they kind of taken him out of the game in the second and the third quarter, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's been Hughes who has been the bell cow for the Tigers at this point. Under 2 minutes left here, third quarter. Tigers on the move as the Rockets took a timeout, had too many men on the field, so they're forced to burn a timeout. 1:34 left here, third quarter. Rockets by 14.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
2nd and 6 from the 29. Fake and the carry. Here comes Willoughby. Got a quick cut in the center of the field. And once again, Noble, they have found, both of these teams have found what has been successful, and they are taking full advantage of it.
And T. Roy, It's a simple concept when you break it down like that. If you find out what's being successful, you don't deviate from that, sir. I don't care what you're doing.
Nobody's getting cute at this point. They are just saying, hey, we're going to keep doing it until you find a way to stop it. Right now it has been that center of the field for the Tigers as they get inside the 10, first and goal. Willoughby back to the ground game. Inside now, outside, and into the end zone is Calvin Hughes, and Hughes having a big evening as he scores again, and it is a point after away from being a 7-point game.
Yes, indeed. They got downfield fairly quickly that time. I'm not sure. Was that 5 plays?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays and only a minute and 42 off the clock.
Still a minute and 1 second left here in this third quarter. Fayetteville will try to kick the point after here. Robinson on for the point after try. So this a big one here to get it back within a touchdown.
That was huge, T-Roy, because you got to keep in mind, you were trying to figure out what the wheel was of the Tigers about 2 minutes ago. You know what I mean?
Just got it off. That was all kinds of awkward, but it went through. The timing was off, and now we're going to have a penalty marker.
Yeah,
backside back here.
Yeah, you got the holder that time, T-Roy. Holder took a little shot there, so it looked like it may be a case to kind of assess this on the kickoff.
And Noble, it really looked like Robinson was almost surprised that they snapped it. It was right at 0 when they got it back there. And he almost looked like, oh, wow, you snapped it. Here, I'll go ahead and kick it, like somebody just kind of said, popped the top of his helmet like the old super toe and just kicked it through the upright there. It wasn't pretty. It was ugly but effective.
Excellent visual, my man. If I was at home listening to this, you would have me tickled just as I am sitting beside you. That's an excellent visual.
So with that, Tigers have narrowed it back to a 1-score game, and boy, I tell you what, this one has been well worth the price of admission tonight.
It has. Third quarter's amazing.
It has, T-Roy. Would not be a good time to tell you that I got in for a nice admission price, but it has been worth the price of admission.
Now, what do you do on this penalty here? Do you kick an onside kick if you're down by 7? Yeah, because you can't lose much field position here. I mean, you're
taking
kicking
a shot.
You're kicking it on our side of the field already.
I don't have an issue with that at all, Mr. Sweeney, but certainly don't kick it into the end zone. If nothing else, you kick it in the middle of the field there and try to get down and get it.
It's only a 5-yard penalty. I thought
is that it? Okay.
Just running into the
running into the holder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that changes the dynamic maybe a little bit there, but
if it'd been 15, I would have thought about it.
Well, you still may catch them off guard.
They're kind of looking like it right now.
They may try to catch them off guard now.
Rockets are kind of creeping up too. They're kind of, to me. Yeah, they're going to do it. Onside covered nicely.
Handled well there. I love that.
Good job by Eli Bell.
No, sir. I tell you what, it is a good job by Eli Bell. But yes,
there's 28.
Okay, but Jackson Blakemore did exactly what you're supposed to do.
He kept the guys off of him.
He did what you're supposed to do. You got to have somebody got to come up and block to allow your little hands team to actually do their job.
I thought it was 22. It was 28. Chris Rohrball, the sophomore, who does a nice job of covering that one and gives the Rockets excellent starting field position again for this drive.
I don't know, T-Roy, who the special team coach is, but he needs a shout out because that was performed to perfection.
Very
that time.
nicely done.
The hands team, front line did their job to perfection, both of those young men.
Fayetteville kind of gave that one away, though, but the Rockets did make a nice adjustment as they go back to the ground here with G-Square. G-Square, first down and more. G-Square down the sideline. It's a foot race, and he'll be escorted out of bounds, but another huge chunk play for the Rockets. Finally, Kavarion Whitaker able to take him out of bounds, but once again, G-Square with a big gainer.
Watch the block, T-Roy. He's going to get a kick-out block. Watch the kick-out block right there, and then watch him cut back, and he went opposite side of the field. Cut back against the grain. They teach that to all the great backs, and here's your kicker right here, a senior who now has become a great back.
Very nicely done by G-Square, and they're knocking on the door again. Down in the red zone, 30 seconds left here in this third quarter. Give coming left. Fields with it, looking for the cutback, and he'll get hit down by about 3 or 4 Tigers. They're still after him.
He actually had to cut back that time, T-Roy. There was a little opportunity where the wall was there for sealed off for him. He had an opportunity to cut that one back that time.
8-7. They're going to let the clock expire here, and they'll go talk about it between quarters. We head to the fourth here in Fayetteville. It's the Rockets by 7. Don't go away.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
That's 15? Is that
15.
15?
And welcome back. Second down and 10 from the Tiger 15 as we begin this fourth quarter. 27-20 Rockets. And what a stirring quarter of football for Forrest.
Mr. Sweeney said it best, T-Roy. That third quarter for Rockets may have been the best football we've seen all season. Tigers had the ball 3 times. Rockets shut them down twice. Rockets had the ball twice, scored on both possessions.
Give on that scissor. Looking for running room, not finding a lot there. Is that one a little slow to develop? As G-Square tried to cut it back inside, and he'll be taken down, and he's a little slow getting up.
But he's getting up, though. There you go, G-Squared. He's getting up.
He's giving it all he's got. He's determined after what his brother went through.
I know Coach said there's no such thing as 110%, but that young man has given you 100% tonight, Rockets community. He's giving you 100% tonight.
And you can tell he's been dinged up a few times, but he's always right back in there. Third down and 11 now for the Rockets. Cantrell under center. Man in motion is Bell. He'll roll right. Dumps it sideline. Pass is caught on a sliding grab by Villazon. He'll still be shy of his first down, and now it becomes decision time.
I go for 3. I'm for 3. That's big.
And that's normally an easy call, but it has been almost like an adventure on the field goal unit this year.
It has. It has.
G-Square, plenty of leg. You don't worry about that at all.
He does. It was his leg. He was just coming off, trying to shake off. So I hope it doesn't have any ill effect on the previous play. He was trying to shake something off.
Snap a little high. They get it down, and G-Square will hammer it through. Big drive for the Rockets. They come away with points and keep it a 2-possession game. 30-20, your score.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
And welcome back. 2-score game, 30-20 Rockets.
Yes, indeed. And I tell you what, as Mr. Sweeney said, that was huge. Being able to put those 3 points up T-Roy.
Look at G-Square, man. He is fired up.
He's down here at their end of the field wanting the football.
Yeah, give me the football. I'm ready to go.
He can't wait for him to hand it to him. He's going down here after it. Have you ever seen that?
I told you all I seen that young man run onto the field at the start of the second half, and the young man heart is pumping hard. His adrenaline is running through the roof.
He is a man on a mission right now.
He's down here at the 30-yard line wanting the football.
He's on a different level. I'm going to call him postage. I know it's G squared, but I tell you what, that young man has put his stamp on this game tonight.
Very, very well said, Noble. He'll approach and hammer this one deep.
Not coming back.
He's a little mad that they didn't get him the football.
Yeah.
Look at him, man. You got him back here. He is definitely pumped up. He has got he's switched helmets now. He's switched hats. He's got the linebacker mentality now. He's coming down here ready to go.
That young man, he's playing outside of himself tonight, gentlemen. I know you all know what that means, but he's playing outside of himself tonight. He may not even remember everything that transpired over these 2.5 hours, but he'll be able to go back and see this, and he'll be able to say, wow, I was in a zone at that moment, but he's playing outside of himself.
Now, can they get the Tigers off the field here? Fumbled by Willoughby. He finally was able to reel it in. Now he'll run around, and he'll be taken down. Good job there by the Rockets of getting back. Willoughby, that was danger. He cradled that thing and almost fumbled it about 5 separate times.
Reggie's having a good game, fellas.
Yes, he is. Reggie's having a superb game. When they have kick return and punt return for the Tigers, I can't tell you, gentlemen, how many times the ball hadn't been fielded cleanly by the Tigers. We have not been able to take advantage of that. And here you have Sam Willoughby in shotgun, gentlemen. It's 2nd down and 11. Ball snapped to him. He stepped back, left hand. He cocks it, and he has one wide open center of the field running down the center. Lindemann brings him down, saves the tackle. You had Lindemann and Fields chasing him down. Lindemann is going to need a little assistance that time, but that was a huge play, and we've been asking all night if this was a case of run after the catch, and I think it was number 19, Alex Young, streaking straight down the middle of the field, T-Roy.
That's the first time, second time we saw the one get called back on the touchdown, and it was Young that time as well. That was that seam. He just went right down the middle of the field, and a pretty well-thrown football by Willoughby. As you said, Noble, it's not that soft toss that's going to come down to you and just float into your hands. You better be ready. And he ripped that one across the middle.
He certainly did. And unfortunately, Young was able to get behind the defense that time, but that was a perfectly thrown ball that time, T-Roy. And as we said, since the start of this contest, that ball that Willoughby throws, it's a nice spiral. It has a beautiful spin on it.
Yeah, that's not the wounded duck at all. He has got some great spiral on the football. Throws a very nice football, but as a receiver, you love to have that thing that's that little soft egg to come to you to grab rather than having to feel like you got to worry about coming back with all your digits after you catch it.
And with him being left-handed, as you was describing that, T-Roy, you want to see him throw one of them. You want to see him throw one of them balls. I can't pronounce the young man's name from the Miami Dolphins that also play. I can't pronounce his name, but you would like to see him put a little softness on him, put it up in the air a little bit.
First down for the Tigers, down at the 33, and they go back to the ground game, straight up the middle. Hughes just weaving his way down the field. Switches that football as the Tigers continue to advance it on down the field, and the Rockets almost were able to strip it, Noble, but he was a great ball carrier in the middle of the field. Great ball security by Hughes to wrap it up, and he almost scored.
I say it again, T-Roy. He doesn't get off of that straight line very much. It's like running through the little cones. You remember when Coach used to put the cones out there and you had to weave in and out of them? He just go around the cones, but he's almost in a straight line.
Back they go to him again. He's going to push his way forward. No signal as of yet. Yep, there's the late signal. Touchdown Tigers, and that was a quick drive, Noble, so 9:25 left. And we've got ourselves, again, a one-score game at 30-27 with a PAT upcoming.
And T-Roy, when we go back and we have this conversation, what you just said is something we will have to highlight. What's been the difference in the second half is the Rockets have been effective, but the Tigers, they have done it quickly.
Yeah.
They've been scoring so quick. Every time it seems like they can find themselves out of this contest, they find themselves right back in it.
Robinson on for the point after try to the hold of Young. Young, of course, had the big catch that got him in position for the Hughes. Couple of touch this time, taken off his foot by Bell. So that time the timing was way off for the Tigers, and the Rockets now, Noble, that was big because at this point, not that they were going to kick a field goal anyway, but it's a 4-point game now.
And I tell you what, the timing was so bad that was supposed to be where the holder calls the backup play where you're supposed to pick it up and you're supposed to let whoever on the line, he's supposed to leak out and you're supposed to throw it to him. Ain't no way in the world you're supposed to have the concept you're going to try to kick that one.
That was so bad, Bell was waiting on him to kick it. He was standing in front of him.
It was so bad, T-Roy, that Bell, all he had to do was turn around and catch the snap. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. Liam was trying to decide whether he wanted to lay over the top of it before he ever got it or just let him kick it straight into his hands.
Should have picked it off as it was snapped back there and then seen what the option was.
He was about in that position.
He should have caught it in the air and just kept on running with it.
They have not had the exact timing down, let's say, on the point after tries tonight.
They have not. And we asked earlier, actually you asked earlier, how big was it earlier in that first quarter when they decided to go for 2? Here we are now. You have a 4-point game, not a 3-point game, because we talked about how big it was that G Square put that 3 points up there, the field goal to make them go up two scores. Now 4 points. That changes how things play out down the stretch.
Kickoff taken. 10-yard line, Fields, center of the field. He'll spin out of a couple of tackles, and he'll be taken down finally as he gets it out to about the 30. And you know what? You know how they check baseball pitchers for foreign substances just to make sure? I think they need to probably check his jersey because there's no way he can shed that many tackles, Noble. I mean, they had him dead to rights 2 or 3 times, and he just keeps spinning off guys.
You think he got something? You think he got something a little slippery or something there, my man? He keep it in his waistband right there or something, and just rub it on his jersey.
From the 31, again, excellent starting field position for the Rockets. Can they make a statement drive here? Give. Through the hole, Bell. Bell stays on his feet. Good gain on first down, Noble. That's one where you stay ahead of the sticks. Good job by Liam as that was tough sledding inside.
North and south, too. I like that.
Yes, sir. And you've spoken about it quite often, T-Roy, how this young man here, straight line. And not only have you talked about him taking a straight line like Mr. Sweeney said, north and south, most of the time Liam Bell falls forward for positive yards.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 5. Clock under 9 minutes left now. Rockets taking their time. They're just going to let that clock wind, shorten the game.
Cantrell staring at it.
10 seconds left as they give it G Square. G Square gets a good block up front. He will plow and twist his way forward. He'll be very close to his first down. Nice blocking up front again, Noble. In space, they are doing a really nice job.
They are, and I tell you what I'm excited about. Look at that first down. The old Fisher done got a little excited. I hadn't seen him show that much emotion in his mechanics all night. Did you see the mechanics he showed that time?
I saw the mechanics he showed, but I also saw the other football. I also saw the ref with the football. I thought he reached the 42. He turned around and popped it back to the 41, but they still gave him a first down.
Yeah, he did.
Long as the man in the white hat is pointing in the direction that you headed, that's all you care about, my man. Keep it moving forward, sir.
They feel like they may be in a good football game here. They're getting a little excited as well.
I tell you what, they're going to have to get locked in because I tell you what, we certainly don't need this contest decided by no man and no stripe.
Under 8 now. Give Eli Bell. Eli goes left, cuts it back inside. Not a lot there. May have picked up a yard at best. 2nd down and 9 now for the Rockets. I think, fellas, they've got to go one more time into the passing bag of tricks.
I tell you what, T-Roy, I was kind of thinking that as well, and I certainly, it was on my mind. I'll tell you what, I like it on 2nd down because that way you're not forced to do it on 3rd down.
Because they're crouching up a little bit.
Bill is on here short side right. He's been a very reliable target as they'll roll that way and look. Cantrell Dumps it. Pass is, did he reel it in? No. Villazon right on the sideline. It's incomplete as he had very good coverage that time. I believe that was 13 Henderson. And he'll bring up third down.
The
pretty high percentage pass, though, no. Nothing wrong with that at all.
I tell you what, not only high percentage, but it plays right into the playbook that Mr. Sweeney talked about at halftime. Coaching staff decided that they were going to roll Cantrell out, allow him the luxury of having additional time. He threw the ball where only Villazon could get it, right inside the boundary there.
Bell, who is a good pass catcher, is the lone back behind Cantrell. Fields in motion. He'll get it coming left on the jet. And that time Fayetteville had adjusted well.
Yeah, they've seen that quite often, T-Roy. They've seen that play where Fields line up in the slot and he comes wide side of the field. So they were preparing for that time.
Getting in that down in distance, it makes it a little tougher because they did cheat to the wide side of the field.
And that's what you're supposed to do. If a team has been coming at you and they've been, as you said, they've been successful. So you don't want to get off a script that you've been successful. So if you don't expect the Rockets to deviate from what they've had success with, then you got to adjust yourself. So that time the Tigers defense made the shift that you spoke about and they were successful in it.
6 minutes, 50 seconds left here, fourth quarter, 30-26. Rockets, they're forced to punt it away here, and G-Square will take over for Cohen Grissom here as the Tigers will have twin safeties back at their 25.
I wouldn't mind seeing something angled out of bounds, T-Roy. I just got to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind seeing something angled out of bounds. They have a lot of weapons on that Tigers team.
I had to get a player in late. G-Square, oh, he just got it away. It may have gotten partially blocked high into the air. It's going to hit and take a decent Forrest roll and be down inside the 30 at about the 26, and that was very, very close to getting blocked.
I tell you what, the young man does it all, T-Roy. He does it all. I tell you what, T-Roy, I'm going to pose it to you a little differently. Is there anything Gavin Grissom cannot do on a football field?
He has proved his mettle here tonight. He has done everything asked of him and then some.
And that's a lot to ask of anybody. Anytime you ask of anybody to do everything and then some, that's a lot to ask of anybody, my man.
He just wants to get a win right now. Defensively, they've got to find a way to stop this Fayetteville offense who has gotten themselves into gear here. Willoughby, quick pass, right side. Caught on that sideline, up the sideline, breaking a couple of tackles. Staying in bounds and then forced out of bounds. It'll be back up the field. He motored on down the sideline, but they pushed him out back on the Tiger side of the midfield stripe. This is going to be a first down, quite possibly, Noble. Let's see.
I tell you what, had the boundary working in the Rockets' favor that time, T-Roy. An elusive player.
Here's the thing, though. They have been so good with Hughes inside. The Rockets have had to respect that. So now you've got the speedy Henderson who gets a little bit of a break because they can't line up against him out there.
Yes, indeed. And now that whole situation you just spoke about is wide open to the Tigers with 6:14 remaining.
Willoughby does not like what he sees. He turns around and takes a quick timeout. We'll take it with him in a 4-point game.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
What a game, and we've still got more to go here. Half a quarter of football remaining here in Fayetteville. 30-26 Rockets. Fayetteville with it. First down is Willoughby. Out of the gun. Fakes the give. Now he'll keep it himself. Center of the field. Picks up a first down and more as they try to strip the football away. As Willoughby will advance it into Rocket territory. Finally brought down at the 48-yard line. After the timeout, Peter did confirm 2 timeouts left for both sides.
And Willoughby, I'm interested a little later on with Mr. Sweeney. Willoughby may have more yards rushing than he does passing.
Yeah, he's got
RPO there.
65 on 10 carries now.
He'll line up Hughes to his right. Give him the football. Hughes, center of the field, cuts it back inside. He'll reach down to about the 45. Bryce Tankersley gets there. He had a little help. Let's see who else was in on that stop. Big Reggie Pearson again in there. They'll give him 2, maybe 3. We'll call it second down and a long 7. Ball just shy of the Rocket 45. Approaching 5 minutes left as Willoughby will throw it right side. The floater caught and weaving his way through defenders. And a pretty decent gain. Nova, it looked like they were going to be able to stop him for no gain or maybe even a loss. But he was able to elude a couple of would-be tacklers and pick up positive yardage.
You know what gets lost in the shuffle, T-Roy? I know he's been dunking and dinking, but these wide receivers, they catch everything.
Yeah.
They catching all these passes, T-Roy.
Yeah, he's only missed on 2 tonight.
2 down territory here as they've got it at the Rocket 42. 3rd down and 3. Fake the give. Willoughby straight up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Weaving his way outside. Willoughby gets to the right sideline. Cuts it back inside, and he's taken down finally by the Rockets. But once again, first down and 10. And, fellas, here's the thing I'm thinking right now. We're approaching 4 minutes. Maybe you score too quickly here. It gives the Rockets enough time with 2 timeouts.
And I tell you what, T-Roy, you know my thought process. You know my philosophy. I've
Don't let them score.
Yes, indeed. You just keep them out of the end zone.
First down and 10. Back to the ground game, straight up the middle, bowling his way forward, and he gets into the end zone one more time. That's Calvin Hughes. Hughes is having a big game, Ricky. Let's see how many yards he's got after that one.
He's 184 on 14 carries.
184 on 14 carries?
185.
185. Wow. And I tell you what, and here's the wild part, T-Roy. Everybody gets so amazed with somebody like a Kavion Henderson with the elusiveness, but you lose sight of the big John Riggins straight up the middle.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a good comparison. I mean, I said Maurice Jones-Drew. Those guys, they're not going to wow you with their speed, but when you look back at the stats, 14 for 184 and a couple of touchdowns.
Speaks for itself.
Yeah. They try the point after again after another adventure. Robinson gets it through. They do not give style points for an extra point. If they did, it would be -10. But he gets it through, and it's a 3-point game at 33-30. We'll be back.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent Scott Bond and Troy Cashin.
Hey, welcome back in Noble. We cannot let it go by. You made an excellent point. The hold by Young. That put us at 3 points right now. A Gavin Grissom field goal can't win it for you by all stretches of the imagination normally. That thing is still kicking back here over his head, and it's no good.
T-Roy, it's almost. I tell you what, you talked about something difficult earlier. The degree of difficulty is 10 to snatch that ball out of the air the way Young did.
Kick driven back, taken by Bell. Up the right sideline, he's got a crease and taken out of bounds. Getting down there on the stop, that was number 3. That's Keenan Hockett who makes the stop. And now the Rockets with 4:07 remaining. This is a season-defining drive here, fellas.
It is, T-Roy, and it's also worth mentioning because you'll probably bring it up again in a second, but I'll go ahead and set it up for you. the fact that Young snatched that ball out of the air and allowed this to be a three-point game, it maybe makes a Grissom field goal a tie game instead of a winning kick.
Fayetteville will get a penalty marker on this one. They had too many men on the field as Grissom will spin his way out of that one. There was no flag on that play. He was running off the field, Nova, late. There was no way he got off the field before it got snapped and G-squared down. I hope it's just a cramp.
That's the same right leg he was kicking earlier, T-Roy. He shook that one off earlier, and he came back 2 plays later and kicked the field goal.
You can see they're trying to massage his leg.
Let's just hope that's a case of cramp.
But fellas, they had a guy running off the field. We could see it from here. That's 12 men on the field, and there was no penalty on that.
I don't know. I don't have a response for that, T-Roy.
I mean, that's pretty obvious. I mean, if we saw it from here and it was that obvious he's running off the field, how does the guy that's standing right beside him when he's running off the field not throw the flag?
I think we've asked questions like that a lot of times.
It sure ain't like they were trying to give us a man advantage with 11 on the field to run it off for 10. So, I mean,
10.
That's not going to work. They're not being generous.
I'd be okay if they tried it. I don't think they're going to.
No, I don't think they're in the habit of giving gifts away like that.
2nd down and 6 after the gain of 4 by G-square. Clock now moving once more. We're under 4 at 3:45. We've got a penalty marker here.
Yeah, going to back us up 5, T-Roy.
Yep. They didn't miss that.
Back us up 5. This is not that opportunity. This is not that moment that you want to start going back.
This is the Rockets we've seen before. We haven't seen them tonight. We need them to go away.
I understand, T-Roy, and this particular moment, this particular situation, and the particular opponent, you can ill afford to do this. It's not the proper time for that.
I'm just so invested in them right now. I want them to succeed.
I got it, but they got to stay effective.
Cantrell rolls. He got a man out there, dumps it deep. Pass is incomplete. He had him, Noble, initially in that 10 to 15-yard range. Villazon kept drifting down the field, and if he's able to grab that, he may still be running.
Based upon where it was thrown, it had to be tucked right off in there, as you said. You had the safety that was coming over, but there was a little window there, and as you teach it, when you draw it up, he's supposed to get right and make sure that safety can't come over and hit him. Once he gets in that little cushion there, he's supposed to start tucking it down a little bit. Villazon did his thing, slowed the motor down.
3rd and 11. Dumps it, swing pass to Bell, and he's taken out of bounds. A little short on that route. I know you want to make sure you get positive yardage, but I thought maybe that they were trying to get Villazon that time on that same route a little deeper down the field. It's now going to be 4th down and 9, and you're in a position here with the clock moving in under 3 minutes. You got to go for it.
I'm not sure who was running the route, T-Roy, but Villazon was on the sideline talking to the coach, so it may have been somebody that was going deep, but Villazon is far right to the left side now, wide out.
This could be your ball game. And the Rockets stop the clock here. Let's see. Offside on Fayetteville. Wow. That is a big 5 yards because it opens your playbook up a little bit more now.
Now that's bigger than big, T-Roy. That's huge. That's huge because it changes things up drastically, my man. Instead of 4th and 9, it's 4th and 5. And as you said, not only does it change up the playbook, but it changes up how much you actually need in order to maintain possession of this ball.
Cantrell under center. Fields in motion. Dump it across the middle, man, wide open. Lindemann down the sideline, 40, 35, and he is wrestled out of bounds. And that was a beautiful call. That time they ran Fields like they were going to go with the jet sweep, and they sent Lindemann right down the sideline. Beautifully executed play call.
And the first thing I did was look to make sure there was no laundry on the field, T-Roy, and there is not. Watch this, T-Roy. Watch Cantrell.
They went with Fields. You saw everybody come up, and you just see Lindemann bleed down the field. That was a great play call. Now Fields back to that sweep. He'll get outside and get slung down. Will that be 15?
We don't have the vantage point. We have to assume that he has shoulder pads, T-Roy. We don't have the vantage point. We've seen both hands extended, and we don't have the vantage point.
Hey, man, I'm watching the play down the field. It is hilarious. You've got Gravy Allen, and he is right up in the face of one of the city players, and they are not exchanging pleasantries. I guarantee you, he was not backing down. Timeout taken by Fayetteville. But, fellas, here's the thing that just makes me nervous right now. There's a minute 28. The clock has bled down, and we have not been great in these situations. You took a timeout here, or Fayetteville did. They've only got one. We've still got 2 remaining. You've got to, I think, here, you don't want to kick a field goal here and send this thing into overtime. You want the win right now.
That's my point. That's what I was about to say. I'm good with going for the victory right here.
And T-Roy, I'm not going to tell you what's on my mind, but I don't want to commend you, and I'm going to tell you at the end of the game what I'm commending you about. You have not mentioned anything in a while, and I appreciate you not bringing it up. The score is 33-30, and I've been around you a long time. I've been sitting over here waiting about an hour for you to bring up something that was a little old now, and it's not for the moment, but I appreciate you staying within the moment. But it's 33-30, and I want them also to go for the touchdown.
Man, I just like to say, I like this group as a group. They do things the right way. I want them to have some success. 2nd down and 9. Can they get it here?
I think Fayetteville's keyed on the run. I believe we might get it done with a pass.
I don't mind a 5-yard out, something that gives you a 3rd down and very short. 5-yard out, Cantrell.
From the 29, they go back to the ground. Fields gets outside. Fletcher down the sideline. He will race it into the end zone. He was shot out of a cannon. What a burst of speed by Fletcher Fields. And, fellas, he sold it with the hesitation.
Yeah.
The little shake, and then he baked it right down the sideline.
You know where he really sold it at, T-Roy? He sold it with the ball fake to Gavin Grissom. Watch him sell it to the ball fake. Watch Gavin Grissom come right into your living room, and he gonna fake it to him.
We're gonna see the replay here in just a sec. We'll get that cue back up after the point after try. We're going to keep it here. That was a big one, and it is good. 37-33 with a minute 20 left, and let's watch this touchdown one more time.
It's the ball fake, T-Roy. The ball fake freezed up the defense. Watch the ball fake. Watch Gavin Grissom and Fletcher run the ball.
Look at that. Man, when he hit go, you saw him freeze it for just 1 second, like he was, like you say, selling the fake. When he hit the jet, man, he got to the sideline, and there was no catching Fletcher Fields.
Was there a little game like Sonic the Hedgehog? Was he the little fast dude?
Man.
He's like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. And his acceleration level, T-Roy, his ability to accelerate.
That's otherworldly.
Well, his ability to get to top speed, as you would call it, top speed. And we always talk about it, and they always talk about, I don't have a clue what these young men run the 40 in, but what has always been important in football is how fast can you run in pads.
Ricky, how many for Fletcher now?
12 for 170 and 2 big touchdowns.
Hey, you can add another F. He's like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Man, he is a finely tuned engine.
Look at you, my man. How many Fs you want to give the man?
Fantastic. Fabulous. He's a Ferrari. He is special.
I just turned to the dictionary, my man, and just run down the old F's, and you have Fletcher Fields sitting there just smiling at you.
37-33, 1:20 left here in the 4th quarter. G-Square hammers this one. This one will be taken from the 1. No, they're going to say he drifted back into the end zone.
Oh, look at the man in the hat. Oh, boy, they certainly not on the same page.
2 different opinions there.
They're not on the same page at all.
He's standing there watching it right next to him.
Ooh-wee.
Now, here's the other thing, fellas. They've only got 1 timeout left.
Yes.
Now, as good as he's been, do you run Hughes here?
I tell you what.
I think you do. I think you give it to 8. I think you give it to Hughes.
Ooh-wee. Boy, I tell you what.
Well, there's a lot of things to think about here.
I tell you what, Mr. Sweeney, you just convinced me. Here's why I think you give it to 8. because the Rockets are going to play what we don't like. They're going to drop back deep and not let anybody, the middle of the field will be open. 8 can get 10 or 15 yards of pop if he wants it.
The Forrest fans are on their feet here, making a lot of noise as they swing it right side. Quick hitter, and they'll pick up good yardage and get out of bounds. That's the main thing, Noble. That's good clock conservation. 1:14 remaining. As Willoughby with a little quick swing, and Noble, you'll take all of those that the Rocket defense will give you.
You will, and I tell you what, they probably may try that again. They just may try it on the wide side of the field. They not only been running that to Henderson all night, but that's been open all night. They might just dunk and dive that all night and run out of bounds.
Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. Here they go, other side. Kavion Henderson sheds the first tackle, gets his first down, and again gets out of bounds. Another just 7 seconds off the clock.
It ain't hard, T-Roy.
No.
All he did was just come to the other side of the field, and they threw the same pass to him, and he did exactly what we thought he would do. He caught the ball and ran out of bounds. He has the speed and agility to get there.
That's clock conservation. They've run 2 plays here, picked up their first down, moved the sticks in about 12, 13 seconds.
And guess what, T-Roy? Here's what you're going to tell me in a minute. The middle of the field going to be open for what Mr. Sweeney said. Yeah. They're going to hand the ball off to Calvin Hughes, and he very well might pick up 15 or 20.
Remember, they do have 1 timeout in their back pocket. It's going to be Willoughby with the keeper, center of the field. He gets hit hard. That was Liam Bell, and Bell said, you know what, you're going to earn every yard of it.
Bale says not today on that one.
Yes,
what
indeed.
a hit he
Now,
made.
clock's still moving. They don't have a whole lot of sense of urgency right here. You got to get up to the line and get a playoff. Under 50 seconds left. 2nd down and 2. Back to the ground game with Hughes. Hughes will pick up his first down, eludes a couple of tackles, gets center of the field, 45, taken down at the 43 with 35 seconds left. They're going to get back on the ball quickly.
You said one thing, T-Roy. You talked about one thing. There's a second thing also. Rockets are up by 4. That's the huge part. They're up by 4.
Not that Fayetteville's going to kick a field goal here at all, but clock wound again. 30 seconds and counting. Willoughby rolls, sideline pass caught, back in the center of the field, and he'll get back out of bounds. What a play there by Leslie. Fernando Leslie, he has not been active in a lot of this tonight, but he almost made a huge mistake but turned it into a big game.
I've been around you too long. I said he made a mistake. We just didn't take advantage of it. We needed to bring him down in bounds. He gave us an opportunity to do so.
He got out of bounds with 23 seconds left. The ball is placed at the Rocket 33-yard line, 2nd down and 1. Don't even worry about that right now. You're at the 3-4 play max here for the rest of this game.
Clock will stop slightly after you pick up the first down, and I tell you what, I was surprised because the Tigers most of the game went up tempo, and when they was forced to play against the clock, they took their time.
I was pleasantly surprised by that because the first couple of plays they had executed it very well. A little dink and dunk, get out of bounds, 7-8 yards, get the clock stopped, let's go back, snap it again.
Right.
They're going to come out and measure for this.
Now, did they call a timeout, or was this official timeout for measurement?
Official timeout
Official
for
timeout for measurement.
Thank you for the clarification, gentlemen.
Stretch it out, and he's going to have his first down. So from the 33, they're celebrating a first down right now. Hey, first down is trivial at this point.
It's irrelevant, especially if it was 2nd down and a few. Yes, indeed. As you said, Mr. Sweeney, 2nd and inches only provided an opportunity for them to get another first down.
Can this defense hold? 23 seconds left. Fayetteville from the Rocket 33, and now we're going to have a timeout taken by the Rockets. We'll take it as well. Don't you go away.
Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
he had to be in a certain place too.
Welcome back, folks, and we're glad you have chosen to tune in here tonight, and it has been a classic. The Rockets battling here to the end. They take the lead with just over a minute left, but Fayetteville mounting a last challenge. They have reached the Rocket 33. One timeout remaining for the Tigers. First down and 10 with 23 seconds remaining. Black is your receiver wide left. 3 receivers that way for the left-hander Willoughby. They'll fake the give. He's straight back to throw. Across the middle pass is incomplete. He had Kavion Henderson, and he hit him right in the hands. He had Roberto Duran hands of stone as he hit him right in the hands.
That's why I told you earlier that what gets lost in the shuffle, T-Roy, that the receivers have been catching the ball. I don't care if it's dink or dunk. You throw the ball all day. You told us all the time about what the former coach used to tell you. You throw the ball a lot, only 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad, right, T-Roy?
Exactly.
That's great.
It was a good one for the Rockets that time because he hit him right in the hands. Henderson slot left this time. 19 seconds remaining. Second down. Here comes Willoughby again. Right back to the air. We've got a penalty marker. Now, let me tell you, fellas, he sold that one. Leslie sold that one. There may have been a little incidental contact. I'm not sure, but he ducked his head down, and that was a great sales job.
I'll say this, T-Roy. You know I like a fair broadcast. There was contact, but I don't think it was pass interference.
No, I don't either.
And there was contact.
The ball,
look at this.
Yes,
in my opinion, is overthrown.
Mr. Sweeney, he couldn't catch that ball. He could not catch that ball. That ball was overthrown, T-Roy.
Now, 14 seconds remaining. You've got 3 plays max here, but you've got it now at the Rocket 18-yard line.
That's a big butt, T-Roy.
Yeah, that's 15 yards closer than what you had it. And again, I didn't see a whole lot there.
No, he bumped him. He bumped him, but the ball was overthrown. That's that velocity. It was overthrown. Was not catchable.
Man in motion. Fake the give. Willoughby rolls right, dumps it that way. It is incomplete. Intended for Kavion Henderson, and Henderson thinking about it now.
Yeah, it's on his mind, T-Roy. It's mental now. Same little ball he been throwing. And I tell you what, Willoughby took a lot off of that one that time.
He did.
Took a lot off of it.
That was catchable, I believe.
That was very catchable.
I had the binoculars on him that time.
That other one was pretty catchable as well.
I'll tell you,
turned his head.
What I'm trying to communicate to Mr. Sweeney is that one was very catchable,
Yeah.
but he didn't catch it because he's still thinking about the former one he dropped.
We hadn't seen the change up tonight. That was it.
He did change it up on him.
11 seconds remaining. Second down here. Willoughby. They go to the ground game. Up the middle now, and they got to get a quick timeout. You can't tell me only 4 seconds off the clock. No way. They didn't start the clock, fella. You can't run the middle of the field with Hughes there and only have 4 seconds off the clock.
I'll ask you what you're trying to allude to, T-Roy.
I'm alluding to we got a hometown clock operator is what I'm alluding to.
I was going to ask you what city were we in.
He got that thing all the way inside the 10. He ends up, let's see where they place that thing at. Is he at the 5?
He's at the 9, I believe.
Is he at the 9? Okay, he got it. Yeah, he's at the 9 rather than the 5. Okay, so you got 7 seconds left. You burned your last timeout. You got 2 plays here.
Which is why what you just said was relevant.
Yes.
The reason why you saying only 4 seconds come off, it gives you the luxury as the home team to waste 6 seconds on this first play.
Yes.
And then you have 1 second left to be able to get the final play of the game.
Yes.
You snap the clock, you hand the ball off, and you run 9 yards, and you only use 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And you run sideways.
Hey, Fletcher Fields is fast, but even he ain't that fast.
No, he's not.
You gentlemen have a little more experience than I do, and I it's not making common sense to me either.
Here's your ball game,
2 plays. And Noah, again, it cannot be overlooked. You got 6 whole seconds here. You can take a pretty good look right here and still have 1 left.
Kavion Henderson, keep an eye on Kavion Henderson.
Fake, roll, look, pass, incomplete. Again, only 4 seconds off the clock. They still got 3 seconds remaining.
We have not seen that one, T-Roy. They threw quite a wrinkle in there that time. They went right to the goal line. They threw that ball, if I'm not mistaken, that's number 8, Calvin Hughes. Everybody had their eyes out on him on the right. Kavion Henderson and Kentius Henderson, number 13 and number 7 to the left. He rolled out to the right, only had the tailback and the wide receiver to the right to throw to.
4th down, and that's, of course, is not anything to worry about here. 1 play remaining from the Rocket 9. He'll look things over, and the Rockets are going to burn their final timeout. Forrest wants to talk it over. We're going to keep it here.
Can't take them with you, T-Roy. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you can't take them home with you. I know you may be from the school of thought. Why would you want to give Fayetteville City another opportunity to think about it? But guess what? You certainly don't want to take that time out with you and not have the luxury of talking to your players. You want to prepare them for every scenario. You cannot keep that time out in your pocket and allow Fayetteville City Tigers to get some slick on you.
They wanted to look at that set, I'm sure. They wanted to take a good look here at what they saw when they came to the line of scrimmage. I can't fault you at all for that. Now,
And I don't care what philosophy you from, and I don't care what your thought process is. You can be at home and you can take issue with that timeout. But Coach Eli Stevenson, I love the fact that you call that timeout. Provide an opportunity to set your players up for success.
All right, I'm going to go totally off the board here. From the 9, do you dare go Hughes?
I got a quarterback keeper. Send everybody down the field and open it up.
I think you got to put it in there, T-Roy.
Backs to either side. Straight back. He's got some time all day. Now he's flushed. Looking, throwing, pass, caught for the touchdown. Willoughby got time. Noble, they finally were able to flush him out of the pocket, but when he was flushed, he had a receiver coming across the back of the end zone, hit him in stride. Ball game. Tigers win it.
Yeah, he had 3 orange jerseys coming over, and Willoughby's athleticism, T-Roy, as you said, they flushed him out of the pocket. He came out the pocket, and he set himself up. And what came across his line of sight was 3 orange jerseys, and he just had to decide who to throw it to.
Yeah, go ahead, Rick.
Did y'all see who caught the ball?
I was trying to see myself. I did not. There were a lot of folks that got up in front of me, and I couldn't see after that.
That's what I saw.
Fellas, an absolute heartbreaker. As we said, you just want to see this group of kids, how they have battled to have some success, and an absolute heartbreaker as they lose it 39-37. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back to wrap it up.
Hometown banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
Heartbreaker. That's all you can say. And, fellas, I'm going to go back to something that we discussed late in the contest. Do you have time to run that last play with 3 seconds remaining? Should the play before have been the final play of the game? We'll never know. That was going to be an interesting breakdown. And if we've got time, I would love to this week count it out and just see. If at the most they have 1 second left, maybe they have 1 second left. It was definitely not 7. There were definitely not 7 seconds remaining after that run.
I'll participate, Troy. Here's what I'll say. I do hear you ask about that play before. I'm going to ask you for a compilation. You take the play before and then you take the one where you told me that only 4 seconds came off.
Yeah.
If you consider 2 plays consecutively, went from 11 seconds down to 3, right? They ran 2 plays, 4 seconds each. 2 plays, only 8 seconds come off.
And one of them is a run
was
play.
a run play.
Yes.
So when you put that together, you have to ask yourself, legitimately, did that only take 8 seconds? Is it feasible to consider that 4th down play should have ever existed? Should there have been 3 seconds remaining in this contest?
Now, why I'm going to harp on this more than usual is this team has had so many things happen to it. Here tonight, it looks like maybe they're going to be able to turn the tide and head in on a positive note to the playoffs, only to have their guts ripped out again. I mean, we talked about the no call at Cascade late in that contest where you get a personal foul penalty for, turning around and saying something to the official after the no call. Again, something that happened. Marion County, you get the penalty on the field goal that you made. They've had a lot of things this year that have gone against them. They have battled so hard here tonight to get themselves in a position to win, and I wanted so desperately for this group to have that feeling of accomplishment. We'll never know because this is the outcome that we got. I'm just saying, in my heart of hearts, I don't believe you got 3 plays in 11 seconds.
It's hard to swallow, T-Roy. I tell you, it's hard to swallow, and we are spectators. We don't have the emotion, and we certainly don't have everything that they put into this. That's a hard blow to take. That's a hard blow to take.
Now,
I'm struggling with it myself, but that's a hard one.
I will say this: I take my hat off to Fayetteville. They played. They did what they had to do late in the game. I don't want to minimize what they did because that was a really nice play by Willoughby. He stayed calm. He got outside the pocket, and he delivered for the game winner. I'm just saying this one really hurts because, as we say, we go with these guys every week. You're invested in what they do, and this group has just been, and like Coach Stevenson talked about, they show up and they play. They have deserved better than they have gotten, and I thought tonight might be a nice fitting end to the regular season to see themselves have some success. Now they've got to gather up and head to Smith County next week after a tough one here tonight, and they can walk off the field here and know that, boy, what a game they have been in.
And T-Roy, nothing you said spoke about you taking anything away from Fayetteville City. You were just asking a logical question. You were just asking a question about the mathematics of the game and just what our eyes were watching. And it's hard to have watched as much sports as we've watched and to have been around and not be able to do simple counting and just the time management of the clock and who's ever up there, because what you would hope, and I don't want to bring it and highlight it this way, but what you would hope is you would hope at some point in time one of those officials out on the field, they may have a conversation or something and say, maybe the clock didn't start on time or something like that. And I hate to bring that into the conversation, but that's a lot of time that's a lot that requires for you to run 2 plays and one of them be a running play and only 8 seconds come off.
I would like to be – nobody is going to listen to this broadcast and say that, hey, I don't want the Rockets to win, but I want to be objective as much as you can. I like to think that we try to keep it objective. That was just, in my opinion, just pretty egregious. We'll move on. Ricky?
Yeah, you hate to see a game decided. I know what you're talking about. Stats going to be close, guys. It's amazing how close they are. 1 yard difference in total offense. Rockets 47 rushes for 336 yards, 8 of 10 passing for Cantrell tonight. What a great job. 124 yards. He got triple-digit passing tonight. Total offense for your Rockets 460. Fayetteville 35 rushing attempts, 318 yards. Quarterback was 14 of 19, no interceptions, 143 yards, 461 yards total offense for Fayetteville, 461 to 460. That shows you right there how close game this was here tonight. Individually for your Rockets, Fletcher Fields, 12 carries, 170 yards. Liam Bale, 6 carries for 15. Cohen Grissom, 8 carries for 28. Aiden Cantrell, 2 carries for 5. Eli Bale, 8 for 45. Ben Villazon, 1 for -3. And G-Square, Gavin Grissom, 10 carries, 76 yards. That guy played a complete game tonight.
He did.
He gave
The
100%.
whole way.
He gave 100%, Mr. Sweeney.
From start to finish.
Talk about leaving it on the field.
Yeah.
That young man left it on the field.
Yeah. Individually for Fayetteville, a couple of guys had a great game for them too. Calvin Hughes, one of those guys, 16 carries, 210 yards, and 4. I think he had 4 touchdowns. Sam Willoughby, 12 carries, 102. Number 19, Alex Young, 1 carry for -10. Kavion Henderson, 5 carries for 7. And Fernando Leslie, 1 carry for 9 yards. And the Rockets lose a heartbreaker here, guys. What a great game it was, though. They lose it 39-37.
Fellas, tough one. This one hurts. I mean, it hurts as a fan. It hurts as a player. I know a lot worse, but this one hurts me. I really wanted these guys to have some success. Felt like they had done enough here tonight to win this ball game, and there'll be, I guess, a little cloud of controversy hanging over this one. But at any rate, Rockets have to move on, try to put this one behind them. It's a tough road journey to a battle-tested Smith County next week. We'll have that contest for you. Kickoff 7 o'clock. We'll have our pregame at 6. We encourage you to tune in. Fellas, any final parting thoughts?
No, it's just I hope you folks enjoy it. That was a very entertaining game. And, I mean, there's no let-up in that game the whole way through. And it was fun, even though we didn't win. It was still fun.
Man, there were a lot of players you can pick out to be your MVP, but I think when it gets down to it tonight, your clock operator for the Tigers may be the pivotal player of the evening. But I'll take my final parting shot.
Attaboy.
That'll do it here tonight, folks. We are awful glad that you tuned in. Encourage you to tune back in next week as, again, we'll have a first-round playoff game for you as the Rockets will head to Smith County to take on the Owls. Until then, for Miss Caden Anderson, for Mr. Peter Wilson, Mr. Ricky Sweeney, and Mr. Noble Mays, have yourselves a great night, everybody. Once again, your final here from Fayetteville. The Tigers win it 39-37. Good night, everybody.